from New York City, under the auspices of our mother station, Radio Biafra, London. Our leader's name, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he's going to lead us in prayer right now. So let us bow our heads and pray. Let us pray.
Without whom we cannot function, and unto him we give every honor and every adoration wherever you are. I will ask you, if you are in the spirit, to remain so. If you are outside the spirit, we ask you to come into it. Because what we are preaching from here is a gospel of redemption, as directed by Chukwukika Abiyama himself in heaven. And this very gospel, we must preach it. Therefore, we must pray. We give thanks unto thee, O Elohim, for there is none like thee. There can never be any like thee. You are the beginning and the end. You are the Alpha and the Omega. Our lives are in the palm of your hands. We commit all that we are unto thee. We have come as the ancients did before us, as our ancestors did before we came, to offer praise and adoration unto your holy name and no other. For we do not worship any idol. We do not worship anything born of a
freedom for my nation. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for my people. We have gone a long way. No going back. We are too big to fall.
And in violation of human rights of Nnamdi Kanu.
My people demand freedom. Should be a crime. Should be a crime to ask for your rights. Ask for your rights.
Su Amazon ogni momento è buono per troppo.
We don't do the same thing. We don't do the same thing. We don't carry this language for matter. Free me, make and do my thing. Freedom for my people. Freedom for my nation. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for my people.
Action and in violation of human rights of Nnamdi Kanu.
We don't pay for the struggle. So many people don't bother for the struggle. It's hard time to get our right. All we have
Their plans, which was engineered by the respondents through abduction, denial of
Biafra is a spirit. Let me soon away the flowers. Freedom for my people. Freedom for my nation. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for my people. Freedom is the praise.
Boy, yeah man. Gomez transition. I trust my God. Ipob, we are the freedom fighters. Ipob, white and white. Ipob, white and snow. Yezoku bawala soloku is pure. Okun so maybe la soloku kuteluku. Them can they kill us because we are agitating for freedom.
Hai visto che cosa si...
For freedom. Ipob, United is over. Is over. Omochikoki Kabiama, United is over. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United is over. Is over. Our leader, I must follow you to the end. a good leader, lead us with you the example. Kelly shooty for our life is over. Forcing and raping our women is over. Either Biafra or else this life is over.
Hai visto che
Either freedom or else this life is over. It's over. Land of the rising sun. Rise up against our enemies. Oluwa Bombo, Babado, we have endured so much. Ancient of the ancient, Elohim, we have endured so much. Because if you see that blood with that cliff our land, it's irritated in my heart. Baba got to see that children blood with that kill. Know they happy for the cheat. British government, you, una they see, una they keep quiet. American government, you, una they see, una they keep quiet. United Nations, no, una they see them, una they keep quiet. For our land, una they keep quiet. Allah mighty, kill and work. Keep it quiet, Papa. Yeti Allah, Masakala, keep it quiet, Papa. Follow me, husband, for the woman, keep it quiet, Papa. Chanja with the conductor, keep it quiet, Papa.
To the radio station.
You're listening to this is Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people. Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world, bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist. Because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu and I don't stop until I get what I want.
Yeah, one more time I say welcome to another edition of Radio Biafra Live Broadcast. Today is the 20th day of September 2021. You're welcome one more time. I say, all right, this morning I'm going to have to play you some clips. These clips, I want you to really play, because yesterday I was listening to all the platforms on Radio Biafra. I was hooked up to the radio yesterday, and in many of the platforms I hear people talking about the same issue that has been taken care of. The idea is that what I'm talking about is about the sit at home on Mondays. It has been temporarily, I wouldn't say cancelled, the wrong word. I would rather say it's been put on hold. The idea is this. I want you to think for a moment. I know there are people, they are so anxious, they are very angry that this sit at home was interrupted and all the rest of them. Well, your anger is very genuine, but the truth is, what you have to understand is that what you cannot do properly, then never do it. What the U.S., the way I'm looking at it, what they have done is that they want to take control. They want to take back control of the sit at home. We already almost lost control of it, honestly, because individually, without through Radio Biafra, whatever, I receive calls from my community and people are confused. They are complaining. Today they tell us to go to market. Tomorrow they say there's no market. We are confused. We want to know what to do. But the idea of this whole thing is that when you look at the way it is done, I'm not really saying that everybody should be happy that this is happening. Well, on the other hand, when you look at something that is happening and you check it out, what you need to do is take the good part of it. See the good in what has been done. The idea is that hoodlums or people, I wouldn't say, let me not use that word, hoodlums. Let me say things like people who have nothing to do with IPOB, they've hijacked that sit at home. They take advantage of it. You can't control it. You cannot stop people from going out to the street to beat up people that they think are violating, even though they themselves are too violating because they have no right to do what they are doing. So what they have done is that they have tried to put this whole thing back under the arms of IPOB, so we'll be able to control it. It's as simple as that. There is nothing, nobody has cancelled it, and nobody's going to cancel anything. Don't forget our leader is still there. He hasn't come out yet. What they are putting is a temporal suspension, temporal full stop. That's the word they used, which makes a lot of sense. Temporarily, they said, okay, we are going, you know what, we're going to be doing this sit at home, but we're going to announce it each time we have a sit at home that is coming. We're going to tell the people so they will really, really know what they are doing. Not depending on just we doing it, because, like I said, it will be hijacked. There's no doubt about it, which they have already started doing before now. So I want us to see it positively. I want us to look at it very, very positively. Let's not, criticism, it's okay. But don't forget that it's not everybody that is crying, this sit at home, are part of what we are doing. No, most of them are not even members of IPOB. Most of them are just there waiting. You know, there are people in this thing that we are doing that are all they are waiting for is opportunity to criticize. Once they have the loophole, or boom, they just jump in and they start talking. But all this time that we never had, go and ask them how many times they have observed sit at home. Even those who have no business, those who have no job, those who are walking around, our business is going to be affected. Yeah, we know your business. All right, so let's listen to this and please take it to heart because it's a very good information here.
Ono n'ugwu gee ntị, ono na ndịda gee ntị, ono n'ụra teta ihe aka n'anya, n'ihi na agha mara ọkwa anaghị eri nwa ngwọrọ. Anyị onwe anyị bụ the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, n'aha mkpirimkpi, n'okpuru onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike, agbawodike izuzu agbagharị ya nke mbụ n'ala Afrịka, ji ohere a na-ekele imirikiti imi ndị Biafra niile ndị kwadoro anyị n'oge emere sit at home nke ụbọchị Mọnde, ndị hụrụ nọ na oziọma Nnamdi akpọtela ha n'ọra. Anyị na-ekele unu, anyị na-ekpupụrụ n'okpu, anyị na-asị jidenu nke unu ji, anyị ji unu eje mba. Ihe dịka unu akọla anyị, ma onye ọbụla gee ntị. Anyị ji ohere a na-eme ka ọha na eze mara na ndị Biafra niile mara, ndị nọ n'ala Biafra na ndị nọ na mba ofesi, ka ha gee ntị ghọta na ihe banyere ịnọrọ ala, onye agala ọrụ, onye apụla ezi, nke bụ sit at home a na-enwe ụbọchị Mọnde niile, abụrụla ihe etila kpọm ugbu a, nke bụ full stop. Anyị ji ohere a na-ekele unu ọzọkwa na unu bụ dike, bụ ndị tipụtara onwe ha ọnya ịkwụ onye isi anyị na ndị IPOB n'azụ. Anyị na-eme ka unu mara na sit at home ọbụla anyị ga-enwe, dịka anyị mere ya n'abalị 14 nke ọnwa iteghete a bụ Sabotuas Day, na anyị mere ka mba niile mara na a ga-enwe ya. Nke ọbụla anyị ga-enwe, anyị ga-eme ka unu mara ya. Onye ọbụla dọrọkwa aka na ntị. Otu anyị mechiri sit at home a, anyị tile kpọm. Onye ọbụla garanụ na-aga amali ndị mmadụ, amaja ndị mmadụ, na-eyija ndị mmadụ, anyị jide onye ahụ, anyị ga-akọrọ ya nkwa ike. Anyị ga-agwa ya na usoro gada bụ egwu mmụọ. Aka anyị esoghị ya, n'ihi na ụfọdụ ewerela ya na-eji awakpo ndị mmadụ, na-ezu ohi, na-eme ihe niile dị iche iche, abịa ewere n'anya ya n'isi ndị IPOB na ESN. Ọzọkwa, onye ọbụla dọrọ aka na ntị. Ihe anyị na-ekwu metụtara nwoke, metụta nwaanyị, sit at home a na-enwe ụbọchị Mọnde niile abụrụla ihe bịara na njedebe ka ọ dị ugbu a. Mgbe ọbụla anyị ga-enwe sit at home, anyị ga-eme ka unu mara. Ozi a si n'aka the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, nke gị onwe gị bụ otu n'ime ha, n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike 1 nke ala Biafra na dike dị ọra mma, ọ nụrụ ka ala ibe. Unu chetakwa na agha mara ọkwa adịghị eri nwa ngwọrọ. Atụọrọ ọmara ya amara, mana atụọrọ ofeke ya efebe isi n'ọhịa.
All right, that message is very, very clear. Anybody who goes outside there and try to make it look like there's something extraordinary that has happened, no, you are not on the right path. You are not on the right path. You make us start thinking if you are part of us. Because this is not, there is nothing here that is confusing. The hoodlums, people who are not part of us, people who are created by government, we know what is going on. They are the ones that have taken over the sit at home. So now, the US, they have just gone back. They've been able to, they want to take control of this thing. Because in Anya, this is exactly what they are saying. Nobody is saying that you can't sit at home. But what we are saying is that whatever is going to happen, it will be announced. Not free for all. Not, this is not like you go to work, no. You will be informed, officially informed. The next thing that I want to touch on is election in Biafra land. For me, I do not know what our authorities are waiting for. The thing is coming in a couple of months from now. Are we prepared? Have we started talking about it? We are supposed to be given directives to talk about this thing, to make sure that our land is rid of this. Because when you listen to what these people are saying, they are not even, they are adding insult to injury. I listened to Soludo, who is telling us that your vote does not matter. Whether you vote or you don't vote, they will vote and somebody will be made governor. We are very much aware of that, sir. We know what you're saying, yes. But the truth is that you can't take out shit from me and rub it back on me. You are rubbing the shit on us. You are telling us, you are trying to confirm what we are saying, that we have no say, that we have no country, that whatever is given to us is what we take. And you are putting it right on our face. Can't you find any other reasonable exercise, reasonable thing to say about this whole exercise? No. Whether you vote or you don't vote, it doesn't matter to us. We will eventually go there and come back and somebody will be made governor. Of course we know that. But you are insulting, you are brainless, I don't know why you are doing what you're doing. Sometimes I don't know if you guys have advisors, I don't know who advises you guys, but when I listen to things like this, it's like rubbing the shit on your face, telling you there's nothing you can do. So if you know that our vote don't count, and our voting has no meaning, so why do you want us to vote? Why? Because this is the kind of leadership that we have. They have been doing this all their life, and they have come in okay as an job. They have done it so much that they tend to forget when they start insulting you, when they start telling you that you have no brain, when they start telling you that you are nobody, there is nothing you can do. We can do just what about anything that we like. Quite all right, telling us, because we know, at least Obiano was there for 4 years. Nobody voted him in. And then you start to remind us that we don't even matter. That what we think does not have any relevance anywhere. And what we know is that there will be vote election, even if it is 3 people, will eventually count. And somebody will eventually emerge as the governor. We will pick him, select him, and put him there, which is normal with us. Before I continue, let me go to the second part of this advertisement, the second part of this information about sitting at home on Mondays. Please stay tuned.
Keep us together.
My people, we are the freedom fighters.
How on a day? I know say everybody dey kampe. I beg make una listen to this very, very important proper announcement where they come from the indigenous people of Biafra under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, alias Ohamadike and Abawodike Izuzu one of Biafra land. First, we dey thank una well, all Biafrans, where they for diaspora and for Biafra land inclusive. For how una tanda for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back, observe this Monday sit at home. It don't show say this in gospel. They don't write them for everybody heart now. As the Bible say, time go come when the gospel they no go write them for tablet again of our heart. And now so the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't write them for our heart. Everybody now don't know the truth. Now make una follow them. Say unless they release them, issue nagege bunu. Whether rain they fall, whether sun they shine, where una stand, now where una stand. And true, no na papa born una well. The blood of una papa will be from Biafra. They flow for una vein. We dey thank una well. We dey come up our cap for una wherever una dey. Both to men, both to women, both to children, both to pikin. In short, who I go call yourself? Everybody we dey thank una. But I beg, make una listen. You know, say this time when we don't enter. Na injury time. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, don't talk and say no more Monday sit at home. Nobody go come himself again for house for Monday. Everybody go and work. Anytime where we want to sit at home, like the one where we do for 14 September this month, will be Sabotua's Day, we go Helona and everybody go observe them. Once again, we want thank you for the solidarity we don't show. I beg, no more Monday sit at home. Una no say some people don't turn the thing to another thing. Then they it comes kill some people. They come, they call them ESN and IPOB. All these ones na evil men. We no fall at all. I beg. The ear, where they hear, you know big like Nama ear or elephant ear. The sit at home, we don't pause them. As our onion Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike one, Abawodike Izuzu, Abagariaya, they thank everybody for joining hands. Chukwu Kikabiama is a making bless you now. This message, they come from the indigenous people of Biafra. Anybody where we catch, where we see, they intimidate people, they harass people, they do anything. Say na Monday sit at home, na IPOB they do. If we catch you, we go tell you say, no be only hot water, they kill tortoise. You get so many things where they kill tortoise. Hear am now, because I know say, una be wise people. To be forewarned, not to be forearmed. We love una. Kachineke mezoku.
Keep us together.
All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. When you listen to that announcement, it's very, very clear. Very clear, because I'm emphasizing on this because I told you that yesterday I was able to grow up myself with most of these platforms, and I was hearing people saying the same thing. Oh, why they cancel this? Or why nobody canceled anything. They just put a temporal hold to it to be able to take back control. That's all. Because we almost lost control of it. I'm telling you the truth. The hoodlums will take it over. They will go there, they burn people. Privately, I will get calls from communities, especially in my community at Newi. I did get some calls. They were discussing the same issue. How come people are telling us to go to market today, tomorrow you are telling us there is no market. We are confused. We don't know what we are doing. And the rest of them. Well, the dice is very clear right now. The point is that IPOB is trying to take back control of this sit at home, which was very, very extremely successful. That shows that our people have embraced that what we are doing collectively. But we still have to control it. If we let it go, that is, if it slips out of our hands, it's going to be a problem, a bigger problem that we can envision. So with that, yesterday I made a promise that I was going to open up the line on time because I saw that so many people were trying to come in and they didn't have the opportunity or the privilege or whatever I will call it to come in. So this morning the line is going to be open. The line is open right now as we speak actually. So if you can make your calls, please do. But please be very kind. It's very nice. Don't stay there and start telling us stories that are not relevant to what we are doing. So what we are talking about, what I'm still talking about, is about the election. We are supposed to start telling the people from now what is going to go on the election. We're so quiet about it. I've not gotten any directive towards it anyway. But I know maybe if the other platforms have, they will eventually pass it on. So what we are saying is that there will be no election in Biafra land. We have already said that over. Our leader has said it over and over and over. We need to start talking about it. So Ludo and the rest of them, we know very well that you guys can put yourself in office without being elected. Please stop rubbing that shit on our face by insulting us, insulting our intelligence, that without you, you made it very clear. I said, I'm not just saying something that somebody said. I heard you. Personally, I listened to your video that says, you said something like, even if 5 people go out there and vote, we're still going to have somebody elected as governor. Are you threatening us? We don't care. Go and put your friend, your Fulani stooge, put him there. It's expected. This is what we expect. But that's not going to make us change our mind. You know, you people come up with threats all the time. You raise up one kind of funny issue and want us to dwell on it. While we are dwelling on it, you are robbing us. No. We know you're going to put in somebody there, even if nobody votes. After all, what's his name? The man in Owerri. Ozodimma or Ozodimba or whatever. Who put him there? Did you vote for him? Did anybody go to the polls to vote for him? No, but he's there. So what we are saying is the agencies now, don't use this as a threat to us. We don't give a hoot. We are not going to go to an election. Nobody's going to go out there to vote. We want the world. We are sending a message to the world. You know what you people are thinking? You are so narrow-minded that all you're thinking about is just wearing that crown that is not yours. Then once you do it, you have done everything. Then we are sending a message to the world to tell them that we are not part of that thing called Nigeria. No. We make our rules. Very soon we'll start making our own laws too. Already when we are sitting at home and people are obeying it, very, very soon we'll start crafting out our own laws. Gradually we are telling the world we are not part of these people. So you can go out there and take 4 people, go and vote and come back and nominate him president or call him governor or whatever you want to call him. It has nothing to do with us. So we don't need you or any of you to be reminding us that we have no power, that we are just there. We can, whether we like it or we don't like it, already you have already made up your mind who is going to be the next governor of Anambra State or whatever. We are not into that. Stop insulting our intelligence. We are not going to vote. Nobody's going to go out there on the election day. We're going to make sure that it does not work out. This is Radio Biafra, USA too.
They call me the prince, I don't come again, you know.
And it sounds the big light.
Okay, Mr. The Success. And the microphone. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what you do, tell me what you see, tell me what you see, tell me what you know. All we talking about the referendum. Oh, you see, I have to go for long. We never become a slave for long. Back in the days, you know what's up. But because of Guru, the photos to come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. If we're gonna then spend so much money just to collaborate. Success in one way, a typically go man. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. referendum. All we need is 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 referendum. You don't tell me to fight for this freedom. To fucking capture my iron. Your children, even if I can't say one make we don't make all these politicians so. No mind, never just come around or promise us heaven and earth. You no go see anything after the election.
Alright, we're not going to see anything after the election, and that is very, very correct. That's exactly where I'm going. Let's take a call that is coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, depending on your time zone. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Alright, it looks like that line has already dropped. I don't know why it's dropped. I just picked it up at the right time. However, the lines are still open. Give us a call. If you don't get through this time, next time we're going to get around. So what we're trying to say is the most we can accept is referendum. There's no election in Biafra land, please. There's no election in Biafra land. Our leader has said it over and over and over, and nothing has changed. Contrarily, we have not received any information that will tell us that there will be election in Biafra land. There's nothing coming up. I have a call. Let me take this one. Good morning. Oh boy, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I
remember that.
I should make a leg this morning before then we would out.
Yes,
yes. My name is Chijok. I'm calling from Maryland. Yes, I want to encourage everybody that what you are seeing now is part of the struggle. Sometimes, we all come and before you see out something good, you make it, it will then come down for you to get something clear. Mazi Nnamdi, God will bless you anywhere you are, because this month, there's something I used to tell all these Amajiri online. I tell them that any of them that insult Mazi Nnamdi, I say, if you insult my prophet, I will tell you how your prophet, how many your prophet be, and they will keep quiet forever. You see, what is happening, you said about Soludo, one can say that the energy in which we fight ourselves, if we use that energy on our oppressors, we will not have any problem. That's one of the things we have to understand. And you see, in the way people from the Oduduwa land, their way of living is different from us. And pattern can never be the same. We should know that. Yes. We know these people Fulanis, and we give them what they want. If you know Fulani, most of us who are talking on the Nigerian Fulani, one of the things that we have, the problems we have, that we've not even encountered these Fulanis. These people are cowards. Yeah. But their specialties in using your own to conquer yourself. That's all they are. Fulani can be patient enough, even he can even answer your boy for 100 years until he convinces you that he's a nice man. Then he will tell you what your brother is doing that is not right for you to start fighting your brother. Yeah. And it's very, very tricky. And it's been working for them. It's not that they are strong. They are cowards. Even the way they fight, they will come when people are sleeping and they will start shooting. They can't come out open, the open. So what I'm trying to tell our brothers is, please, we are all together. What you said about sit at home, in fact,
Mazi Peters, I wish the way you explain visit at home has been the way it has been explained right from the first day it was suspended.
Yes.
Frankly speaking, we wouldn't have seen this rancor. Because I like the definition you gave it, that if we do this thing without being in control, in charge of it, that will be a problem.
Yeah.
And that will solve everything. Everybody will know that, yes, we are heading somewhere. Look at the way it is. But no matter what I have seen, because sometimes if you go, what I've seen is that people are not happy that Nnamdi Kanu is there. Even yesterday, there's something I was playing. My mom was crying because he said, anytime I see the picture of this young man, Obi Abawalam, many people are not happy. I want our leadership, I want the DOS to understand that many people are not happy. They should forgive. I keep on preaching that. They should forgive anybody who disobeys or who feel that he's doing something like this. We are one. Many people think that, okay, because of I am not, and you know how our people react. When you watch our people, the way we react, when somebody say, oh, there's some people will volunteer to bring their spare tire in their car to kill that person. That's the reaction our people has. But it takes a wisdom from a leadership to understand that this is our own way of doing things. Then let us now bring all together. Please, that's what I forgive and forget. Let us be used, right? In fact, cut this your clip and let it be one of the jingles. That's the explanation on why that was played. Yes. And it will be okay. Look at how Nigeria is now. I heard this man from Anambra, is it Nnamdi, whatever, that criminal. He said that the governor should go and what do you call it? Should go and bargain or this with IPOB. That if there is no election in Anambra, there will be a problem. Because these are the things we need to hit hard for them to know that But why are we not starting on time to hit hard on no election on Anambra and no election in Biafra land? Yes. When you start on time, you create the awareness and people will know the direction. Sometimes when you bring it up, don't think that people will not hijack or will not react in a way. No, it will react sometimes. When they react in the other way around, it's your own advantage. Yep. Please, we should start on time to hammer this thing, to let people know that no for that election. You'll be surprised if they want to be threatened, or everybody or you and your family come and there, no problem. Yeah. And the whole world will know that majority of the people are saying no. They don't want to be part of this system again.
Absolutely. That is the message. The message is to tell the world that we are not part of this. It doesn't matter the outcome. The outcome is already visual. It's something we know that is going to happen. If you pick up anybody and put him there, it does not really. After all, the man also didn't.
Who elected him?
Exactly.
Nobody elected him. Absolutely. Nobody elected the man. In fact, if you know me physically, if maybe people know me, they know that it's just like we were saying that these people are politicians and those people I know them one-on-one, all of them. There's one of them I called the other day. He said I shouldn't mention about who put them again to him. He was among the people that put him in power. Mm-hmm. I called him. He's from Abba. The person I called him, they don't mention about it because they will fight among themselves. Yep. Please, we should send the signal to the world. It's not about who is here. It's about the interpretation. Thank you very much. Let me not take it.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Still taking calls here. I have a call coming in on, let me see, on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Mazi. Hi.
Ndewo.
Ndewo,
sir.
My name is Mazi Chibuzo. I'm calling from Sweden. Am I coming out clear?
Yes, loud and clear, sir. Go ahead. Listen.
Mazi, they disagree to agree. They disagree to agree. So, I mean, before people tell us, we'll be mumu, we'll be robots. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is controlling us with juju. But today, the Russia say we don't get arguments, small. To show say we know what we want.
Yep.
We know what we want. We want restoration of Biafra. I was a chairman of Ohanese Ndibo here before, but I stopped the Ohanese by force for all of us to join IPOB. So I thank God today that we are showing that we are human.
Yeah.
So what I want to say again is kindly people should tell our DOS to at least come once in a while. Give us some small stock, small story also. At least it will make us to know that he is with us and we are with him. So no matter what Simon Ekpa is doing, he's still a Biafran. We like him also, me I like him, but I don't like how he trying to overshadow things. So, ask him to make a lady.
Thank you, sir.
I do miss your voice, so that I will allow me your voice, so and the voice, so
yes, I know.
Say hi, I say I'm not you to
no, he cannot run. The man is too old to run, so he knows what he does. The man is too old. I'm too old to run, so don't worry about running because that's not never going to
I said, I believe it's all around here. I said, what happened with the Mazi Peters? I don't hear a voice again. No one man will pay, maybe because maybe you know something like of that nature, actually. So, I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody, every broadcasters.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Mazi, I was here. We go out Mazi Peters. From South Africa. I love all of you guys.
Thank you, sir.
You should make it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541. We talk about running. Which old man fit run? When you don't just jump into something unless you know what you're doing. Yeah, so there's nothing. In those days, a beggar, and in the morning she will come in and go somewhere collecting small pennies and 3/4 of naira, naira and cover there to help his family. So I'm not going anywhere. Forget about it. I was sick, and I announced it here on public radio that I contacted COVID. It's not something. It was a terrible experience, but it's something that for a book that is coming up anytime in my life, I'm going to write that book and let people understand that it is terrible. If you, especially when you've been sick for a while and all of a sudden you're getting sick, it's not a very good experience. But you know something, Chukwu Kikabiyama is in control. He takes care of everything. He knows. Sometimes it's good to point you in this direction because you think you are invincible. You think you can never get sick, but you do. We do. All of us do. I have a call coming in on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, I Peters. Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Okay, Peters, thank you for having me, and thank you for what you have been doing for Biafra. Thank you for another new day that God has made us to see today. As my name be written in the good as Biafra comes. Must allow me to appreciate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the one and the only, the man who stands strong. To see his people show whatever is going through, as Mukike continues to him, he will surely see Biafra.
Yes,
long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live United States of Biafra. And also long live ESL. Mazi, my name is Mazi Madabuchidura, here from Okigwe Province, Biafra land. Mazi, I like your topic this afternoon. It touches many things.
Yes.
Number one, you see, people is not telling Biafra the real thing that's happening. DOSD or HOD did not council sit at home. They suspended it. Suspension is different from council. When you cancel something, meaning you don't need that thing again. But when you suspended something, meaning you put that thing on hold, you put it on hold. You may recall it back anytime, any moment. Like, for example, when you suspended somebody from work, doesn't mean that that person will not recall him back again. You may recall him back any moment. So I want the people that telling Biafra that is to be cancelled. No. Sit at home is not be cancelled, but it's suspended, it's put at home, it's put to hold for a moment. So we may revisit it again anytime we need it. So please continue telling the people the right thing. More especially this BBC Igbo. They have failed to do this. They always say this. They have cancelled it at home. They have cancelled it at home. The people still sitting at home. Nobody cancels it at home. We suspend it at home. It's not cancelled, please. That's number one. Mazi, number two is this about election you're mentioning. Anambra election, my brother. The time is running out. And DOS are keeping, I don't know, I'm not saying they're keeping quiet. Maybe they're working towards it in the other form. But we are waiting for them to throw light on this Anambra election. We must not let Anambra election to hold. If Anambra election hold, meaning that we are not doing anything. Everybody will be talking this about Anambra election. Our leader said it before he fell into the enemy's hands, that Anambra election will not hold. I will not allow Anambra election to hold. DOS, please, I know most of you nobody listen to Radio Biafra. Please come up and tell us where to follow for this Anambra election. We will not hold. That's number two. My number two, Mazi Peters. I know want to waste much of your time. You see, I want to tell DOS one thing. DOS, I want you people to remain strong. Remain where you are. You're unshakable. What you have been doing, we like it. But sometimes we need you people to come out to address us, please. We like what you have been doing. I know you are not under pressure. People are pressurizing you people to do something that is not the way you want it to run. This is the way they know who is leader. When our leader was leading, every pressure is still remain strong. It never fall into pressure. Let me tell you one thing before I do Mazi Peter. The guy that talking to you now, I'm a boxer. Let me tell you, whenever we come under pressure, when we are fighting, we come under pressure. What our coach woman tells us. He say, Mister, remain strong. You know you are a good fighter. Don't fall into this guy pressure, because if you fall into his pressure, you may lose this fight. Remain strong. Use your experience as a good boxer. Very soon you will control the ring. Very soon the ring will be in your charge. Yes. But if you say, let me follow this guy way to fight the way he's fighting, you may lose the fight. And if you listen to your coach and do the right thing, you will win the fight. And also the ring will be under your control. It's a matter of time. So what I'm telling you is, remain strong. Don't fall into pressure. You will control the ring very soon. That's what I want to say, Mazi Peters. Thank you for having me, and God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, let me take another one on the same line. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Wow. Okay, the line just dropped. Based on the election thing, and I keep saying it, it is overdue. We have to start talking about it. I have already started. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep talking about it every morning. There's no election in Anambra State. We have already agreed on that. People, the likes of Soludo can go to hell if he knows where it is, if he knows the way to hell. He can go there and kiss my behind, because you can't go there and tell us that whether we vote or we don't vote, somebody's going to come into office. Of course we know that. The man in Owerri, how did he come in there? Also, he was elected. It was just one day, we just boom. First of all, back I started seeing vision. Then after the vision, the next thing we see, the man is there. This can do the same thing anywhere, anytime. What's his name? Obiano. Obiano never won the election. We all knew that. But he's been there for 4 years now. So stop reminding us, because we know that we are worthless tissue paper. You don't need us. You're just using us. All right? Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. All right, I don't know what is wrong with this one. It's not responding. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? All right, that line just refused to, connect. I don't know why. All right, so like I was trying to say, we don't need the likes of Soludo to be reminding us that we are worthless tissue paper, that we are people they can use and discard. whether we like it or not. These 4 or 5 people can go out there, he can take his wife and his son and probably his housemates, and they go out there and they come back, and then they will nominate him as the governor. And we think we're going to be bothered with that? We're not. Trust me, we are not. What we know is that the world will watch the satellite and will see that there was nobody out there to vote. That's all. The message is what we need to send. So why are you killing yourself over what is going to be the outcome? Telling us that it doesn't really matter whether we come out or not, somebody's going to be elected. We know that. We know. It's not the news. You are not telling us what we don't know. But what we do know is that the world is going to watch and see that there was nobody in the street. You can go in there and stay in office. Because obviously they are going to pick somebody. They're not going to just leave the office vacant. Somebody has to be picked. Somebody has to go there and pretend to be what he is not for another 4 years, because we're used to that. So for you to keep reminding us that we are not going to achieve anything by not going out to vote, no, we'll achieve a lot. Believe me sincerely, the satellite, look at sit at home. You are all panicking because of sitting at home. You think people are panicking because of the economics, because of the money? No. No. Our people don't forget that we are not civil servants. So we are business people. If he doesn't go out to make money today, tomorrow he's going to go out and make the money. Nobody stops. The Igbo man doesn't ever stop by your threats. What we do is we go out there today, we don't make money. Tomorrow we'll go out and do the same thing again. We're going to still make the money regardless. So stop reminding us. Stop reminding us, because we do not care. We are not going to go out there, or stop going out there because you are threatening. We know the consequences of our not going to vote, because you have the power to do whatever you want to do. But you know something? Your power is very limited. Your power is extremely, extremely limited, that you don't even know what you need to do and what not to do. So stop reminding us. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you, Mazi Akita.
There was sir.
My glory be to God for your recovery.
There was.
Thank you. All hail Biafra. Happy wish family. Mazi, as you are talking, we are giving us a lecture, and we are all listening in cool manner. We are heading the same track. Nobody is missing. So, my dear brother, one thing I want to talk is about the man in the Aso. I'm not talking about any other thing. That man, you see, I want our people to know that they say that he give a shit aside with anybody with arm. But you see, in bandits, you understand, many soldiers are complaining, they saw them, but they have no order to shoot. But they are giving them order. But in Biafra land, you will see on armless person. We tag him ESM, or we tag him, I don't know, IPOB, and shoot the guy, or torture. We start missing. It's only in our land we see that kind of thing happening. But in the north, it's not possible. So one thing our people have to bear in mind, more you vote in that Biafran land, more they bring the repented Boko Haram for you. Bear it in mind, period. More you continue voting, more you digging your early grave. More you are voting, you are writing your death sentence. That is it. And in the struggle, the men have said, we are above now for nation control. The means is what? We want ourselves to know what is our target. shut down somebody that can distract or will not distract. We know, but thank God that everybody knows the target and we are following that target. Mazi Peter.
There we
Keep it on.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you and bless you IPOBDOS. When we do what we are not expected. Believe me, that's what I believe it is. God bless you. All right, Biafra.
All right, Biafra. All right, thank you very much. But this morning I need to make some point very clear to some of our people. There are so many people out there, they are bloggers, they are writing whatever is their opinion. You will have to understand that we do see these write-ups by these bloggers, but we are very skeptical about picking up something that a blogger has written because they are most of the time unverifiable. There are things that you cannot verify yourself. So when you want to quote, you don't go out and say, he said. No. We try to stay away from it. I personally don't encourage, not that I don't encourage, I wouldn't use, I don't know what proper word to use, but I don't go to bloggers and watch what they have written. I listen to them, I go to them, I read their stories, but I still try to verify to make sure that what I'm reading is correct. I won't come out and join the crowd and hailing, oh, this person is doing fantastically very well. It's okay. After all, what do we want? We want Biafra. And if what you're doing, if what a blogger is doing is the one that's going to take us there, I don't think I'm going to object to it. Somebody called me yesterday. That's why I'm raising this issue today. Somebody called me yesterday and we're talking about somebody being suspended and things like that. And I said to the person, I don't know what you mean by suspension, but the truth is that people have to understand that Radio Biafra was established for a purpose. And there are people that broadcast on Radio Biafra. There are people that broadcast very good, that give out good information about Biafra. But they are not part of Radio Biafra. That's what we have to really understand. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, had stressed on this issue a long time ago, to make sure that we are on the same par. That is why when we say, when you're officially, there are people who are officially, let me put it this way, there are people who are officially broadcasters on Radio Biafra, but it's not all of us. Some of us are not, some of us are. So those of us who are, we have a code of conduct. We operate a system, we can't just be walking haphazardly without control. That's not right. We are on Radio Biafra. You know something? When you listen to what we say, you can go out there and say, like Peter said, Ikechukwu has said, Onyedota has said on this radio station. That is you're quoting somebody. But when I say something, and you cannot go out there to verify it, and I cannot defend it, that's dangerous. That's not very good. So sometimes our people get confused about what a blogger is saying on his website. He has a right. That website belongs to him. He can do whatever he wants to do to it. He can use it whatever way he wants. That doesn't necessarily mean that what he's saying is our opinion. It's the opinion of Radio Biafra. No. No. And you can't stop him. You don't have the power to stop him. All I try to do personally, like I told you, is I listen to them, but I don't even quote them. I listen to them and make sure that I pick what I want to pick. If he makes something that is very palatable, I'll go and verify it, make sure that it's on the right path. Maigu, for instance, a Yoruba guy, I listen to him all the time. All the time, believe me, I do. But when he says something, I pick how to coincide. That is the confusion that you people are dragging yourself in. You come in and say, why are we not quoting this person? No. You don't have to. If you start quoting bloggers on your program, you will have a space now. Because there are these bloggers that are everywhere. They are coming in left, right, and center with informations. that is driving some people crazy, because I know that there are something, especially the old ladies, the old ones, when they see all these things from the bloggers, they get mad. Oh, what are you people going to do about it? What? We are not going to do anything about it because the story is not true. So why do we have to worry ourselves? Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Peter.
Ndewo.
Welcome, sir, from Dublin.
Welcome to the program. Ndewo, sir.
Welcome. Thank God that you are recovered. Thank God.
Ndewo.
Mazi, my name is Sonny Chimis Grant. I'm calling from Uganda. I'm from Ablere. Ablere is Anambra State. Mazi, this good are telling our people to come and vote in Anambra State. Everybody should go and vote. The time they tag IPOB people, terrorist group, they go and tell the Nigerian government we are not a terrorist. Now, the election now reached now, they know that those terrorists will come and vote for them. Nobody should go and vote. If you go and vote that day, if they kill the person, and the person is abused, anybody go and vote that day, if they kill the person, we are terrorists, because they have already said that we are terrorists. Now today they are begging people to come and vote. Who go and vote them? Is it the terrorist people go and vote for them? Let our people be at home that day. We are saying that no election in our place. Biafra land, we don't want any election again. Only what we want is Biafra. Let them give us Biafra. We go our side. We vote. If we don't like, we don't vote in Biafra land. It's only what I want to tell you. Let God bless our leader, Mazi Kanu. I pray.
You say, thank you very much. All right, like I said before, I was interrupted before I stopped. I was talking about the bloggers and the informations they are dissipating, the informations they are giving out. You see, it is good to be a blogger, believe me sincerely, but when you give out information, even on Radio Biafra, we try to be very careful when we give out orders and when we say things. This is the way things are supposed to be. We are on the same path. We move on the same, because I'm reading something here that somebody tweeted. You see, the person's name is Olachi. He said, sit at home continues till Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. God bless Mazi Simon Ekpa. Now, issues like this, these are the areas that I'm talking about. These are things that I'm talking about. You see, we create a little confusion where there's no confusion. We create a little distraction where there is not supposed to be any distraction. The explanation I gave this morning before I started this program about this sit at home, especially the Monday sit at home, is that it's temporarily lifted. And if a blogger is out there, he has a right to say whatever he wants to say. But we also have the right to be very selective in what we want him to say. Because if they said that on Mondays, sit at home have been temporarily suspended, that anytime we're going to have it, we're going to tell the world, everybody's going to know about it, and somebody out there is saying, oh, it's going to continue. Because you have a platform, you have a radio, you have a lot of followers, these are your rights. But please be very discriminatory in what you say. Because you might think you're doing the word of... We're not talking... This is not a competition. This is not a rocking competition of who is more popular and who is not. No. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring the whole movement into one pace. You don't have to be a member of IPOB or whatever movement, because there's so many movements out there. I see them. Like I said, I'm not ignorant of them. If you watch my program, if you follow me closely, you will discover that I try to stay away from quoting all these people, because most of them have good intentions. But you know something? In an attempt to bring points, you cannot deviate into creating an anarchy, creating something that's not existent. That is why I'm saying what I'm saying. So issues like this, somebody says sit at home continues till Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released from jail. That is not what our DOS is saying. They are saying that we have temporarily suspended the Monday sit at home. The Monday sit at home. It didn't say sit at home generally, no. The one particularly on Monday we have We have put it on hold so that we'll be able to take control of it, because it's like we have lost control. Hoodlums have taken it over. And somebody out there who is supposed to be talking about Biafra, who has good intentions, I'm not criticizing them and saying that what they are doing, they are there saying something else, making it look like there's a competition between one person and the other. That is very unprofessional. That is very, very unacceptable. We don't do things like that. We have to be on the same path. Even if, let us say I am saying something on radio, and Radio Biafra of South Africa says something else. I'm not going to go out there and start challenging it. No. I will keep to what I'm saying, and then probably inbox and say, what's going on? I want to have a clear idea of what is going on. That is how things are done. But like I said, most of these bloggers, we have no control over what they do. They created their blogging, they created their own video station, they created their own TV station, their mini TV stations. So they just feel that they are making money out of YouTube. So who am I to be there to say, no, you're not going to do it this way, this is the way you're going to do it? No, I have no right to do that. And that is very unacceptable. We allow them to do what they have to do. But I'm only appealing to them to be reasonable and stop being very sarcastic about it, challenging what given authorities have said. We are here under command and control. That's what has led us to this point. If there's something that you want to say and you think that you are not very sure of it, like I said before, I see these things on Facebook every day, especially YouTube. They are all over the place. People send them to me. I see them. People, my close confidants, they send it. They want me to talk about it. They want to say, how can you sit down there and this is happening? Unfortunately for these people, if they go back in history, they will discover that all these things they are scared of eventually never gets to happen. They were not made to happen because the source is just something that people pick up, they make it up, and when you make up a story like that, eventually it starts sounding for you that as if it is real. Many of them are not real. Many of them are geared up to put you in a fix, especially those who are not very grounded in what we're doing. Originally, many people are grounded. Right now, there are people out there who just joined IPOB, and when they start saying, you see, this is what I've been saying, this is happening. That thing you're reading is garbage. Has no meaning. Somebody sits down in fact, many of them are so bad, even in their so-called blogging, that when they come, they give you a title. The title takes you to the page, and then you listen from top to bottom. You don't see one single thing about the topic. So it's interesting, but people fall for it. If you want to listen to it, you listen to it. That's why we keep saying from the beginning, if you don't hear it from Radio Biafra, it is not real. We are not bluffing. We are not saying that we have monopoly of information. No, we don't. What we are saying is, if you don't hear it from us, and something happens at the cause of what you have heard somewhere, and something happens to you, don't blame us. Don't go out there and say, I heard it on Radio Biafra, it did not. Because I've heard people say things like that. Oh, it was said on Radio Biafra, and I asked them, which Radio Biafra? Is it the one that I'm part of? Which Radio Biafra did you hear it? Because in your mind, you've heard something from a blogger. That sounds very fantastic. That sounds very great. That sounds like something you wish will happen. And then your subconscious mind takes it over and takes control of it and says, okay, this is what is supposed to be. At a point, you tend to forget that this is not authentic. It becomes like a story that you told your wife. Maybe you just made up a story. You come home, you tell your wife the story. The wife calls her junior sister and tells her the story. The junior sister calls the house girl when she's sweeping, and she hears the story, and she tells the story to the gate man. And the story at the end of this all comes back to you. And you are wondering, which story is this? This is the story that you made up. That's exactly what happens to this blogging issue. They start a story just because they want to make money. That's why they keep saying subscribe. If you are not subscribed button, press subscribe. Because they are after the money that they are making, which is legitimate, is not wrong. But when you want to quote them, please be very, very sure that you know what you're talking about. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls. 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. Stay tuned.
The supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra is Nnamdi, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One cannot be two.
We were the freedom fighters. IPOB, white and white. IPOB, white and snow. Yezokuba wala solo is pure. Okuso maybe la solo kuteluku. Them can they kill us because we are agitating for freedom. Them just they kill us because we are agitating for freedom. IPOB, United States is over. Is over. Omochikoki Kabiama, United States is over. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United States is over. Is over. Our leader, I must follow you to the end. A good leader, lead us with you the example. Can you shoot for our land? Is over. Forcing our raping our women. Is over. Is over. Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's what we say. Either freedom or less this life is over. Is over. Land of the rising sun. Rise up against our enemies. Oluwa Bomboy, Babado, we have endured so much. Ancient of the ancient, Elohim, we have endured so much. Because if you see that blood with that cliff our land, it will irritate to my heart. Baba God to see that children, but with that kilo, no they happy for the cheat. British government you, when they see, when they keep quiet. American government you, when they see, when they keep quiet. United Nations no, when they see them, when they keep quiet. Okoko governors for our land, when they keep quiet. Allah mind you, kill and work brothers, keep it quiet, papa. We yet Allah, Masakala and Wape, keep it quiet, papa. Follow me husband, first report one, keep it quiet, papa. Chanja with the connect to your wife, keep it quiet, papa.
Ndị Biafra niile ndị kwadoro anyị n'oge emere sit at home nke ụbọchị Mọnde, ndị hụrụ nọ na oziọma Nnamdi akpọtela ha n'ọra, anyị na-ekele unu, anyị na-ekpupụrụ n'okpu, anyị na-asị jidenu nke unu ji, anyị ji unu eje mba. Ihe dịka unu akọla anyị, ma onye ọbụla gee ntị, anyị ji ohere a na-eme ka ọha na eze mara na ndị Biafra niile mara, ndị nọ n'ala Biafra na ndị nọ na mba ofesi, ka ha gee ntị ghọta na ihe banyere ịnọrọ ala, onye agala ọrụ, onye apụla ezi, nke bụ sit at home a na-enwe ụbọchị Mọnde niile, abụrụla ihe etila kpọm ugbu a, nke bụ full stop. Anyị ji ohere a na-ekele unu ọzọkwa na unu bụ dike, bụ ndị tipụtara onwe ha ọnya ekwu onye isi anyị na ndị IPOB n'azụ. Anyị na-eme ka unu mara na sit at home ọbụla anyị ga-enwe, dịka anyị mere ya n'abalị 14 nke ọnwa iteghete a bụ Sabotuas Day, na anyị mere ka mba niile mara na a ga-enwe ya. Nke ọbụla anyị ga-enwe, anyị ga-eme ka unu mara ya. Onye ọbụla dọrọkwa aka na ntị. Otu anyị mechiri sit at home a, anyị tile kpọm. Onye ọbụla garanụ na-aga amali ndị mmadụ amaja ndị mmadụ na-eyija ndị mmadụ. Anyị jide onye ahụ, anyị ga-akụrụ ya nkwa ike. Anyị ga-agwa ya na usoro gada bụ egwu mmụọ. Aka anyị esoghị ya n'ihi na ụfọdụ ewerela ya na-eji awakpo ndị mmadụ, na-ezu ohi, na-eme ihe niile dị iche iche, abịa ewere n'anya ya n'isi ndị IPOB na ESN. Ọzọkwa, onye ọbụla dọrọ aka na ntị, ihe anyị na-ekwu metụtara nwoke, metụta nwaanyị. Sit at home a na-enwe ụbọchị Mọnde niile abụrụla ihe bịara na njedebe ka ọ dị ugbu a. Mgbe ọbụla anyị ga-enwe sit at home, anyị ga-eme ka unu mara. Ozi a si n'aka the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, nke gị onwe gị bụ otu n'ime ha, n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike 1 nke ala Biafra na dike dị ọra mma, ọ nụrụ ka ala ibe. Unu chetakwa na agha mara ọkwa adịghị eri nwa ngwọrọ. Atụọrọ ọmara ya amara, mana atụọrọ ofeke ya efebe isi n'ọhịa. Ndewonu. Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie unu niile maka ige ntị ihe dịka unu akọla anyị.
All right, thank you very much. This is very clear announcement. I started program with it today and I'm ending with it. And I'm going to continue using it every single day until this music, this message sinks into the brains of our people. Nobody has asked you not to sit at home. What they have told you is that we want to take control of something that we are seeming to have lost, the power of control over it. So any day there's going to be sit at home or any plans about sit at home, you must be officially informed. There will be an announcement and we'll prepare for it. It's as simple as that. There is nothing magical or something extraordinary about it. No. You can agree with them that they almost have lost control of that sit at home. Because when it starts saying, some are saying we're going to sit at home, others are saying we're not going to sit at home, you have lost control. You have lost control, complete control. So what we try to do now is to bring it back. Gandhi did the same thing. If you read the story of Gandhi, you discover that how did he run run the British out of India? The same thing, sit at home. And eventually the British hijacked it. Whether they were the ones that did it or not, nobody knows. But at least they were trying to create confusion. So for you, go back. It's like retreating in the war. You're fighting a war. When the jungle don't mature, that's the term we used to use in those days. When the jungle don't mature, you retreat. You go backwards and then get yourself back together and go back and do what you have to do. All right, it's time for me to go. There's no point in somebody still trying to call that. I wouldn't be able to take any more calls at this time. I have to go because Mazi is coming in. So what I need you to do is to put it to heart that the information that's been given out to you about Monday sit at home, been temporarily put on hold. Nobody's saying you cannot do it or you cannot sit at home if you want to. The only thing they are saying is that it is not official. Whatever happens to you, the consequences of some people coming out to attack you because they said you are on your own. Nobody has asked you. We have officially lifted the ban on Monday sit at home. So if there is going to be any other one, you will definitely be informed. There's no doubt about it. All right? So let us stay on the same path. And people saying the sit at home will continue until your leader comes out, that is not the directive. The directive is that it's been temporarily put on hold and we're going to hold to that. Thank you very much. And welcome to Radio Biafra in the future, all right? Stay tuned, don't go away because Mazi here is going to take over the podium at this minute. From here, it's goodbye.
It's in Biafran restoration. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra.
IPOB, white and white. IPOB, white. Gomez position. I trust my car. IPOB, we're the freedom fighters. than white. IPOB, whiter than snow. Yezoku bawala soloku is pure. Open some maybe last soloku kuteloku. Them can they kill us because we're agitating for our freedom. Them just they kill us because we're agitating for our freedom. IPOB, United States is over. Is over. Omochikoki Kabiama, United States is over. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United States is over. Is over. Our leader, I must follow you to the end. A good leader, lead us with you the example. Can you shoot for our life? Is over. First in our raping our women is over. Is over. Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's why we say. Either freedom or less this life is over. Is over. Land of the rising sun. Rise up against our enemies. Oluwa Bomboy, Babado, we have endured so much. Ancient of the ancient, Elohim, we have endured so much. Because if you see that blood with that cliff our land, it will irritate to my heart. Baba God to see that children, but with that kill, no they happy for the cheat. British government you, when they see, when they keep quiet. American government you, when they see, when they keep quiet. United Nations no, when they see them, when they keep quiet. Okoko governors for our land, when they keep quiet. Allah mind you, kill and our brothers, keep it quiet, Papa. Yeti Allah, Masakala and our people, keep it quiet, Papa. Follow me husband, first reform woman, keep it quiet, Papa. Janja with the condition, Raya Wafa, keep it quiet, Papa. Oh, yeah, Maru, Chechikuna. That's what we say. IPOB, we are the freedom fighters. IPOB, we are the freedom fighters. IPOB, whiter than white. IPOB, whiter than snow. Yezoku bawala soloku is pure. Open some maybe last soloku kuteloku. Them can they kill us because we're agitating for our freedom. Them just they kill us because we're agitating for our freedom. IPOB, United States is over. Omochikoki Kabiama, United States is over. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United States is over. Our leader, I must follow you to the end. A good leader, lead us with you the example. Can you shoot for our land? Is over. First in our raping our women is over. Abomination. Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's why we say. Either freedom or less this life is over. Ike sinelo, Ike Chukoki Kabiama Biabia. God of the rising sun, Ancient of the ancient, Lord. British government, no. Buhari government, Lord. Obiagonu Nanjelo Bex. First in a raping our women, Obiagonu Nanjelo Bex. Kill our people, Obiagonu Nanjelo Bex. United Nations, no, we say no. Killing the leaders of tomorrow, Obiagonu Nanjelo Bex. No, British government, just the killers, no, Buhari government, just the killers, no, Nigeria government, so see the killers, no, so we say protest, soldier they kill us. So we dey fight for it. Peaceful protest to my God, and just they kill us. No. Every youth in our land say it's over. We said it's over. Kill shooty for our land. You can't kill us anymore. From the 1960s, them just they cheat us. You see, very long time on. Either freedom or less, this life is over. Ipob, we are the freedom fighters. Ipob, we are the freedom fighters. Ipob, white and then white. Ipob, white and then snow. Yezoku bawala soloku is pure. Okunso maybe la soloku kuteloku. Them just they massacre my bread. Them can they kill us because we're agitating for freedom. We know they carry gun. Them just they kill us because we're agitating for freedom. Nigeria government, Ipob, United States is over. Yes. Omochikoki Kabiama, United States is over. We are the fearless. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United States is over. We are the fearless. Our leader, and must follow you to the end. No. A good leader, lead us away to the example. Can you shoot for our land? Is over. So far. Forcing our raping our women is over. Abomination in our land. Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's what we say. Either freedom or less this life is over. Sit down. Okay, Zibazu, David Umahi, James Wafra, Hope Uzadima, Useless Governor Wike. Hey, Arrow, you wasted it. A good leader, lead us with you the example. Can you shooty for our land? Is over. Forcing and raping our women is over. Is over. Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's what we say. Either freedom or less this life is over. Is over. Land of the rising sun. Rise up against our enemies. Oluwa Bomboy, Babado, we have endured so much. Ancient of the ancient, Elohim, we have endured so much. Because if you see that blood with that clip our land, it's irritates in my heart. Baba got to see that children, blood with that kilo. Know they happy for the cheat. British government, you. When they see, when they keep quiet. American government, you. When they see, when they keep quiet. United Nations, no. When they see them, when they keep quiet. Okoko governors for our land. When they keep quiet. Allah mind you, kill and our brothers. They keep it quiet, Papa. Yeti Allah, Masakala and Wape. They keep it quiet, Papa. Follow me husband, for the power woman. They keep it quiet, Papa. Janja with the come destroy our fam. You keep it quiet, pastor. Child. Oh, yeah, Maru, Chechikuna. That's what we say. Ipob, we are the freedom fighters. Ipob, we are the freedom fighters. We are the freedom fighters. Ipob, white and then white. Ipob, white and then snow. Yezoku bawala soloku is pure. Okunso maybe la soloku kuteloku. And the fear time. Them can they kill us because we are agitating for freedom. Then just they kill us because we are agitating for freedom. Ipob, United States is over. Omochikoki Kabiama, United States is over. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United States is over. Our leader, I must follow you to the end. A good leader, lead us with you the example. Can you shoot for our land? Is over. Forcing and raping our women is over. Abomination! Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's what we say. Either freedom or less this life is over. Ike sinelo, Ike chukwu kika biama bia. God of the rising sun, no. Ancient of the ancient Lord. British government, no. Buhari government, Lord. Obiagonu nanjedobe. Forcing and raping our women, Obiagonu nanjedobe. Kill our people, Obiagonu nanjedobe. United Nations, no, we say no. Killing the leaders of tomorrow, Obiagonu nanjedobe. No, British government, yeah. And just the killers, oh no, Buhari government, yeah. And just the killers, oh no, Nigeria government, yeah. Sassy the killers, oh no, say we dey protest, yeah. Soldier the killers, oh no, say we dey fight for it, yeah. Peaceful protest to my God, and just the killers, oh no. Every youth in our land, say it's over. We said it's over. Kill it, shooty for our land. You can't kill us anymore. From the 1960s, them just they cheat us. For a long time, either freedom or less this life is over. Ipob, you are the freedom fighters. Ipob, you are the freedom fighters. Ipob, white and then white. You could Ipob, white and then snow. Yezokuba wala soloku is pure. Okusa maybe la soloku kuteloku. Them just they massacre my pep. Them can they kill us because we are agitating for our freedom. We know they carry gun. Them just they kill us because we are agitating for our freedom. Nigeria government, Ipob, United States is over. Yes. Omochikoki Kabiama, United States is over. We are the fearless. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, United States is over. We are the fearless. Our leader, and must follow you to the end. No. A good leader, lead us away to the example. Can you shoot for our land? Is over. So far. Forcing and raping our women is over. Abomination in our land. Either Biafra or less this life is over. That's what we say. Either freedom or less this life is over.
Ethnic nationality within Biafra will be guaranteed not just by law, but by virtue of our existence.
Wanda zai tsaya jar taganuwa shi tsaya a wurin taguwa a gabana domin ceton kasa kada in haɗa kata amma ban samu ba. Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan surasti. Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan surasti. ce sa'annan na ce musu kun gan masifa da muke ciki wurin sharima ta zama kufai kamar yadda kuma sun ci wuta ku zo bari mu gina ganuwan wurin sharima domin kada mu kara zama abin zaki haka nan ne ma ina ce ma masu bi na jihar Nasarawa da cewa ku zo mu gina ganuwa masu bi a jihar Nasarawa domin kada mu zama abin zargi Allah ya aike ni gare ku cewa wa zai tsaya tsakanin domin mu gudanar da wannan aiki menene yake hana mu zama gwamna a jihar nan Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan Nasarawa state Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan Nasarawa state watakila kene watakila keje Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan Nasarawa state Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan Nasarawa state Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan Nasarawa state watakila kene watakila keje Allah mu yana nima wanda zai tsaya wannan Nasarawa state burnt down with fire. Your land stranger devoured it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Oh, Christians of our dear state, what a shame to Christendom. Azubiti ya Nasarawa inakuje, Sarakuna Masubi inakuje, Ipob Christians inakuje, Alabo Christians inakuje.
From the eastern side, me come from the motherland. Them are trying to prove to me I don't know where I'm coming from. But Japan's them cause I know my roots. I know fit to lose that love for them. I'm unstoppable, my people unstoppable. We keep on moving forward. We keep on grinding, grinding. Freedom for my people. Freedom. Freedom for my nation. Freedom. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. We have gone a long way. No going back. We are too big to fall. No. Nothing fit to stop us. My people demand freedom. Should be a crime to ask for your right. Ask for your right. I will take it, let me know. We know they do the same thing. We know they go the same way. We don't carry the same language for matter. Free me, make I do my thing. Freedom for my people. Freedom. Freedom for my nation. Freedom. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. No. Yeah. We don't pay for the struggle. Yeah. So many people don't go there for the struggle. It's hard time to get our right. All we have for our freedom, we can never stop. Biafra is a spirit. Let me soon away the flag. Freedom for my people. Freedom. Freedom for my nation. Freedom. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom is a praise.
It's time to break loose from the chains. It's time for our freedom. Cause we can never let them negotiate our freedom, no. Hundreds of years is gone. No Messiah came for the black man. Told us that Jesus died for us, but the black man still they suffer. The truth we say, Africa.
We start by saying that our program today will be a thing of the past. We reflect on the past and see where we've been, where we're coming from, and where we're headed. Yesterday I told you something from the Bible, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, well without end. Amen. It is a lie. It's not going to be that. It's worse. It's worse because we Biafrans, Southerners, we are dreamers. We are not facing reality, and then we are going to face the consequences of our problem. Let me give you a little breakdown of what we're talking about. But before then, I would like to give you a small message. The Biafran women will be there the 28, 29, 30, September 29, September 30, October 1. Those 3 days in London to demonstrate the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. September 29, September 30, October 1. So don't forget that. Donate for ESN. Donate for ESN. Go to www.ipobusa.org/donate. Confusion everywhere by people that they peddle rumors in bid to derail our project, to see that Biafra never comes, to see that whatever Nnamdi did is derailed. And we send you this message. After these two messages, I will start.
Ono n'ugwu gee ntị, ono na ndịda gee ntị, ono n'ụra teta ihe aka n'anya, n'ihi na agha mara ọkwa anaghị eri nwa ngwọrọ. Anyị onwe anyị bụ the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB n'aha mkpirimkpi n'okpuru onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike, agbawodike izuzu agbagharị ya nke mbụ n'ala Afrịka. Ji ohere a na-ekele imirikiti imi ndị Biafra niile ndị kwadoro anyị n'oge emere sit at home nke ụbọchị Mọnde, ndị hụrụ nọ na ozi ọma Nnamdi akpọtela ha n'ọra. Anyị na-ekele unu, anyị na-ekpupụrụ n'okpu, anyị na-asị jidenu nke unu ji, anyị ji unu eje mba. Ihe dịka unu akọla anyị, ma onye ọbụla gee ntị. Anyị ji ohere a na-eme ka ọha na eze mara na ndị Biafra niile mara, ndị nọ n'ala Biafra na ndị nọ na mba ofesi, ka ha gee ntị ghọta na ihe banyere ịnọrọ ala, onye agala ọrụ, onye apụla ezi, nke bụ sit at home a na-enwe ụbọchị Mọnde niile, abụrụla ihe etila akpọm ugbu a, nke bụ full stop. Anyị ji ohere a na-ekele unu ọzọkwa na unu bụ dike, bụ ndị tipụtara onwe ha ọnya ekwu onye isi anyị na ndị IPOB n'azụ. Anyị na-eme ka unu mara na sit at home ọbụla anyị ga-enwe dịka anyị mere ya n'abalị 14 nke ọnwa iteghete a bụ Saboteurs Day, na anyị mere ka mba niile mara na a ga-enwe ya. Nke ọbụla anyị ga-enwe, anyị ga-eme ka unu mara ya. Onye ọbụla dọrọkwa aka na ntị. Otu anyị mechiri sit at home a anyị tile ekpọm, onye ọbụla gara nọ na-aga amali ndị mmadụ, amaja ndị mmadụ, na-eyija ndị mmadụ, anyị jide onye ahụ, anyị ga-akọrọ ya nkwa ike. Anyị ga-agwa ya na usoro gada bụ egwu mmụọ. Aka anyị esoghị ya, n'ihi na ụfọdụ ewerela ya na-eji awakpo ndị mmadụ, na-ezu ohi, na-eme ihe niile dị iche iche, abịa were na-anya ya n'isi ndị IPOB na ESN. Ọzọkwa, onye ọbụla dọrọ aka na ntị. Ihe anyị na-ekwu metụtara nwoke, metụta nwaanyị. Sit at home a na-enwe ụbọchị Mọnde niile abụrụla ihe bịara na njedebe ka ọ dị ugbu a. Mgbe ọbụla anyị ga-enwe sit at home, anyị ga-eme ka unu mara. Ozi a si n'aka the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB nke gị onwe gị bụ otu n'ime ha n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike 1 nke ala Biafra na dike dị ọra mma ọ nụrụ ka ala ibe. Unu chetakwa na agha mara ọkwa adịghị eri nwa ngwọrọ. Atụọrọ ọmara ya mara, mana atụọrọ ofeke ya efebe isi n'ọhịa. Ndewonu. Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie unu niile maka ige ntị ihe dịka unu akọla anyị. My country people of Biafra, una well don't know how una day. I know say everybody dey kampe. I beg make una listen to this very important pro announcement where they come from the indigenous people of Biafra under the leadership of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alias Ọhamadike and Abawodike is one of Biafra land. First, we thank una well all Biafrans whether for diaspora and for Biafra land inclusive for how una tanda for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back observe this Monday sit at home. It don't show say this in gospel. They don't write them for everybody heart now. As the Bible say, time go come when the gospel they no go write them for tablet again of our heart. And now so the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't write them for our heart. Everybody now don't know the truth. Now make una follow them. Say unless they release them, issue na gege bunu. Whether rain they fall, whether sun they shine, where understand, now we understand. And true, no na papa born una well. The blood of una papa will be from Biafra. They flow for una vein. With the thank una well. We they come up our car for una wherever una day. Go to men, go to women, go to children, go to pikin. Every in short, who I go call yourself? Everybody with the thank una. But I beg make una listen. You know say this time when we don't enter na injury time. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, don't talk and say no more Monday sit at home. Nobody go come himself again for house for Monday. Everybody go in work. Anytime we want to sit at home, like the one we do for 14th September this month, we be Sabotuas Day. We go Elona and everybody go observe them. Once again, we want thank you for the solidarity we don't show. I beg, no more Monday sit at home. Una no say some people don't turn the thing to another thing. Then they get them, it comes kill some people. They come, they call them ESN and IPOB. All these ones now evil men. We no fall at all. I beg. The ear, where they hear, you know big like Nama ear or elephant ear. The sit at home, we don't pause them. As our Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike 1, Abawodike Isu, Abagariaya, they thank everybody for joining hands. Chukwu Kikabiama is making bless you now. This message they come from the indigenous people of Biafra. Anybody when we catch, when we see, they intimidate people, they harass people, they do anything. Say na Monday sit at home, na IPOB they do. If we catch you, we go tell you say no be only hot water they kill tortoise. You get so many things where they kill tortoise. Hear am now, because I know say una be wise people. To be forewarned, not to be forearmed. We love una.
Yeah, let's continue with our broadcast today. We have been in this Biafra issue for the longest, and if you look at what we've been going through, there is a cause, there is a reason for it, and that reason didn't emanate today. It's been long-standing before most of us were born, and it's still ongoing. There's no end in sight. We are paying dearly for it, and a reminder that politicians, forefathers, the Nnamdi Azikiwes, the Balawas, the Awolowos, they all participated. They foresaw the problem. They know there's nothing like Nigeria. They know it wasn't going to work, and they forged ahead, and we are still paying for the mistakes. But the problem is that the victims, who are the Biafrans, are the most hopeless people you can ever think of, thereby making us vulnerable. We are very vulnerable to the point that we actually encourage our oppressors to oppress us. And who is to blame? Even the ones that say they're learned, they're the worst culprits. they commit more of the grievous offense. Check all those Biafrans that are educated, that are learned, that are top places, either in or foreign. You seldom hear them. You seldom act like Biafrans. You seldom see them make reference about Biafra. They don't even want to answer Igbo. They just, something is wrong. We're talking about Fulani. Every time we are talking about Fulani, we are talking about this and that. Why? What's wrong with us? Why do we continue to blame those that are oppressing us when we cannot stand and say, no, it will not happen? I'll play you a clip. It's an old clip, and you might learn something from it, that our problem didn't start today, and our present people are making the same mistake. They don't know where they're going. Like if you're listening to Ezefe, who's talking about sitting around, they look at Oba talking about if there's no election, there'll be trouble. Trouble for who? You're already in trouble. Your election you're talking about is the thing that is killing you. You don't have the vote. You don't have the number to overcome the North. Then they will continue to oppress you. And they have continuously done that without we being able to withstand them. Rather, we are good at challenging ourselves and then killing ourselves, then oppressing ourselves. Then where's our intelligence? We don't have it. It's lacking, non-existent. Let's start from here.
People of Eastern Region Biafra, do the right thing. This message is directed at the people of Eastern Region Biafra, Ana, Efik, Ibibi, Igbo, Ogoja, Ishekiri, Ijo, Isoko, Urobo, and everybody else who resides in and calls Eastern Region their homeland. It is more than 40 years since the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs invaded your fatherland and took it away from you. What have you done since then? Some have pretended that all is well and continue to live as if their lives have been the same ever since, though they are treated as slaves. Some have been blaming others for this terrible enslavement. The Ijo blame the Igbo. The Efik blame the Ana, who in turn blame the Ugoja. The Ishekiri blame the Ijo, who say it is the fault of the Isoko. The Urobo blame the Ishan, who turn around and blame the Igbo. The Igbo blame the Ijo, Ibibi, Ishan, and Urobo, who they accuse of having supported the Hausa Fulani Yoruba invaders that enslaved us. Some fools even see the enslavement of their brothers and sisters as an opportunity to make money and be rich, and have bowed down and are accepted to be the jesters of the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs.
Oh yes, listen to that portion and you will have a reference to it as the broadcast continues, when the calling will continue. When you see that we are the ones helping them to oppress us, why must we continue to complain?
Who make them rich with our own money, which they stole from our land. Some have even gone to the ridiculous extent of denying their identity. I am not Igbo. I am not Ijo. I am not Ishekiri. I am not Efik. I am not Urobo, etc. They even went so far as to stop speaking their language and now speak Yoruba and Hausa and teach their children to speak Yoruba and Hausa, all in the false hope that the Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba will like them. The rich among them have also bought and built expensive mansions and palaces in Abuja and Lagos, all in the hope of making those places
their home and hoping that the House of Fulani Yoruba will like them and treat them like human beings. Kusai. Big mistake. One day, you all will cry tears of blood. Nobody will pay you a penny for those expensive mansions you have built in Abuja and Lagos, and you will have no one to blame but yourself. People of Eastern region, everything you have done since the House of Fulani Yoruba occupation of your land and the enslavement of your people have been wrong. Those who became jesters and called themselves politicians know that the House of Fulani Yoruba look at them like garbage and treat them like shit. Those who have been playing the blame game are simply wasting their time because all of you are like crabs in a barrel. You are not going anywhere until your owner is ready to cook and eat you. And let us be honest to ourselves. Ndi Hausa Fulani and Ndi Yoruba have been cooking and eating us for 40 years. The rich businessmen and politicians among us, they treat like the foolish goat whose owner is sitting fat in readiness for the feast day when he will slaughter the goat for his feast. The beginning of wisdom is when you realize and accept that what you have been doing all along has been really foolish. That is when your redemption begins. Easterners, realize now that we have been foolish all along. All of us. Stop the blame game. Stop denying yourselves and your identity, who you are and where you come from. Stop denying. Stop pointing accusing fingers at each other and accept that you all are being led to slaughter by the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs and the Sokoto Caliphate. Then start to serve yourselves, not as individuals, but as a group, a community of people. That is your only savior. First, let us start with the facts. Before Nigeria became independent, the Hausa Fulani and their brothers in the north, the Yoruba and their brothers in the west, and the Igbo and their brothers in the east could never agree on anything. They couldn't agree on census figures, elections, form of government, whether monarchy, feudalism, or democracy, education system, judicial system, infrastructure development, etc. They could not even agree on the most fundamental thing that all people want, which is freedom and independence. While the Igbo and their brothers in the east and the Yoruba and their brothers in the west demanded independence and the end of colonialism from the British government, the House of Fulani and their brothers in the north stated clearly that they did not want independence and wanted to continue to be ruled by the British. When Easterners and Westerners who were fighting for independence finally got it from the British, the House of Fulani and their brothers insisted on being the executive leaders of the federal government. It was given to them, and they promptly messed it up. They slaughtered the TV in large numbers. While trying to rig elections in Western Nigeria, they created anarchy and total chaos in Yoruba land. The Igbo and their brothers in the east, alarmed at the systematic decimation of the Yoruba, went west to help save the Yoruba from destruction by the House of Fulani and the Sokoto Caliphate, just as the Igbo did in helping to save the TV from the House of Fulani and the Sokoto Caliphate. In one of the greatest ironies in history, the Yoruba and their brothers and the TV joined the same House of Fulani and Sokoto Caliphate that had vowed to destroy them and declared war on the Igbo and their brothers in the east. The rest is history. Why did the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs and the Sokoto Caliphate declare war on the Igbo and their brothers in the east? The House of Fulani and the Yoruba declared war on the Igbo and their brothers in the eastern region for one reason and one reason alone: to steal the petroleum and natural gas and the billions of dollars of oil money that was in the east. That has gone. And that will continue to be the only reason they declared war on us. Never believe any fool who tells you it was for the so-called One Nigeria. As the Nigeria-Biafra war was still in progress, Yakubu Gowon, Hausa Fulani, in 1969, unilaterally and without consulting the owners of the land and petroleum resources, passed a decree called the Petroleum Resources Decree in 19...
Oh yes, that's still ongoing. It's still ongoing. We are suffering for it. We are paying for it. And still our people are backing them up as if nothing is happening to them. Our resources, they have it. Everything, they have it. And they pass decree upon decree upon decree. They have seized your land. Now they come up with Ruga. They will never stop. And our people are so blind, like they don't know what is happening. Let's finish it up.
People of Eastern Region Biafra, do the right thing. This message is directed at the people of Eastern Region Biafra, Ana, Efik, Ibibi, Igbo.
Are we doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? I don't know. I don't know.
Declared war on the Igbo and their brothers in Eastern Region for one reason and one reason alone: to steal the petroleum and natural gas and the billions of dollars of oil money that was in the east. That has gone, and that will continue to be the only reason they declared war on us. Never believe any fool who tells you it was for the so-called One Nigeria. As the Nigeria-Biafra war was still in progress, Yakubu Gowon, Hausa Fulani, in 1969, unilaterally and without consulting the owners of the land and petroleum resources, passed a decree called the Petroleum Resources Decree in 1969. By this decree, the House of Fulani Yoruba Federal Government of Nigeria seized the petroleum in Eastern Region and assumed ownership and control of all the petroleum in, under, or upon the land, territorial waters, and continental shelf of Nigeria. This military decree effectively stripped the people of Eastern Region of their right to private ownership of the petroleum in their own private lands and put it in the hands of the House of Fulani Yoruba generals and oligarchs. Then, for the first time, Yakubu Gowon pegged the derivation principle at 45%. The slide has started. In 1978, Olusegun Obasanjo area boy Yoruba, not satisfied with taking just the petroleum in the people's land, again by military decree enacted the Land Use Decree number 6, 1978. This decree vested all land in the state in the office of the military governor of the state. The military governors were appointed by the military dictator Obasanjo. By this singular act, Fulani Yoruba military government of Nigeria destroyed the customary land tenure system in eastern region of Nigeria, destroyed the age-old tradition and custom of private ownership of land and other property in eastern region of Nigeria, and rendered the people of eastern region of Nigeria a landless, propertyless people. The land use decree was not a problem for the Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba because that is a land tenure system, the feudal system that they have operated for hundreds of years. So, everyone knows why the Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba seized the ancestral land belonging to the people of Eastern region, Niger Delta, Biafra. Yakubu Gowon knows that he was lying like a Satan himself when he told you that it was good to keep Nigeria warm. Nonsense. Area boy Obasanjo lied that it was to promote agricultural production and floated fly-by-night agricultural programs, which he called, quote, Operation Feed the Nation, Green Revolution, School to Land, end quote, all of which failed to produce even a bag of rice. He used the opportunity to steal several hundreds of hectares of land belonging to the people of Eastern region. Thus, Obasanjo farms prospered as the people of Eastern region lost their land to this thief. But they were not done yet. In 1997, Sani Abacha, the monster, Hausa Fulani, enacted the military decree, quote, the National Inland Waterways Decree number 13, 1997. By this decree, the Hausa Fulani Yoruba Federal Government of Nigeria seized and took control of all the water resources in eastern region of Nigeria and reserved the right to issue and control licenses for inland navigation, private inland waterway operation, reclamation of land, collection of tolls, etc., etc. The decree declared that rivers and their tributaries, creeks, lakes, lagoons, intracoastal waterways belonged to the federal government of Nigeria, and the federal government by this decree shall have the right to all land within the right of way of all waterways, and shall use such land in the interest of navigation. In the meantime, the percentage allocation to oil producing states has declined from 45% under Yakubu Gowon to 1% under Sani Abacha, the devil. With this, the program of the destruction of the people of Eastern region, the Niger Delta Biafra, was complete. All the House of Fulani Yoruba needed was to sit back, enjoy the money they had stolen from our land, drink champagne, and wait for the people of Eastern region to die off like poisoned flies in the desert heat. Anyone who seriously wants to address the problem in Eastern region, Niger Delta and Biafra, has to address the following issues concretely. Nigeria is still a subsistent economy despite all pretensions of our rulers. The people depend on subsistent farming and fishing for their survival. The people of Eastern region, Biafra, and especially those living in the riverine areas, have been stripped of their right to their land, mineral resources, and water resources by rogue Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Ami generals and oligarchs. These Easterners are suffering incalculable hardship and tyranny at the hands of these devilish Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba oligarchs in the name of government. The people of Eastern region who are suffering all manner of deprivation watch as these Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba generals and thieves amass billions of dollars of personal fortune from the revenue generated by selling the petroleum and gas that rightly belong to the people and communities of the Eastern region, and use whatever is left to develop cities and towns in northern and western Nigeria. Every rogue Nigerian government sets up useless technical committees pretending to address the problem of the Niger Delta. Our brothers and sisters in Eastern region, you must accept the mistakes you made more than 40 years ago and face the facts of today. That is wisdom. Anthony Enahoro, accept that the House of Fulani Yoruba fooled you into giving them your motherland free. Samuel Obemudia, whose home is Ibuakere and who changed the name of his town to Ibanke, accept that you were foolish when you sold out your people's identity to the House of Fulani Yoruba. Ike Nwachukwu, accept that it was youthful stupidity that made you fight against your own blood in a war of genocide declared on your own kin and kin by the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs and the Sokoto Caliphate.
You think it has ended? No, it has not. You remember Innocent? You remember when Innocent was being bullied around, his wife slapped and disgraced and abused? His bank account seized. It's like we enjoy those that torment us. Today, as we speak, he's giving the Nigerian military state-of-the-art armored vehicles. They will use it to conquer his own people. They will use it to attack Biafrans. This is the state of mind of Biafrans. This is why we are slaves. This is why we'll continue to be slaves. We devour our own and invite the enemy.
Ken Tero, before he was murdered by Sani Abacha, his bosom friend, acknowledged that he made a terrible mistake, that he did a very foolish thing by attacking the Igbo and joining the House of Fulani Yoruba and the Sokoto Caliphate in fighting against his own people and against Biafra. He actually asked our people for forgiveness. That is wisdom. The problem of the Niger Delta is quite simple. It is not a development problem. It is a justice problem. Give back to the people of Biafra their land, their petroleum and other mineral resources, as well as their water resources. And the problem in the Niger Delta will end. No sane person will put their lives, land, petroleum and other mineral resources, and even water resources in blind trust to an outside agency or person over whom the beneficiary has no control, and which agency or individual remains unaccountable to the beneficiary. What the House of Fulani Yoruba generals and oligarchs are doing to the people of Eastern region, the Niger Delta Biafra, is nothing short of genocide. It is a systematic destruction of a people, their customs and traditions, their culture, their religion, their philosophy of life. To engage in systematic liquidation of 40 million people of Eastern region is genocide, and to watch with indifference as this tragedy is perpetrated is a moral sore on the conscience of the governments of the free world.
Yes, they are the initiators. We know it. And as we are speaking, you have the monster in Imo telling you he's going to use a chemical weapon on the people of Olo. Oh yes. That they haven't seen nothing yet. Dog eats dog. Where are we headed from here? Where are we headed from here? We let it be. Because we don't talk. When we see evil, we don't speak evil. Look at people talking about sit-at-home. Though the sit-at-home was called off because proportionate measures were taken, when you hear people criticize it, I wonder where they were when the government locked everybody up for about 4 months. They did not stand to talk about the devastation those 4 months had, the effect it had on the people. But 1 week, they are seeing the devil, they are seeing red, they are seeing blood. This is the way we assess ourselves. This is the blood we have, we attack our own. Oh, it's good, but when they shut you down, you have your market chiefs and council chiefs destroying the properties of marketers, destroying their sheds. None of these people opened their mouth to criticize. None of them said a damn word. You're fighting IPOB. You're fighting yourself. When you're trying to say, people say, leave me, let me die. I want to die now. Let that person die. If this is the way the Igbos want to find themselves, slaves forever, can never get up. After this IPOB stuff, no Igbo man or woman, will ever be anything. I don't care your status. You will never be anything. Look at the appointments. You're building one Nigeria, you're sitting for one Nigeria. This is the way you call yourself. Sabotage. Be a saboteur. Congratulations.
The people of the eastern region are radically different from the people of western region and the people of northern region. They are like oil and water. They cannot mix. The solution to the problem of Nigeria is to help the eastern region, Biafra, separate itself from Nigeria and become an independent sovereign state. Easterners, stop splintering into tiny groups. Come together and fight for your freedom, and that will be the end of your suffering.
That is wishful thinking. The problem has increased. It has increased. And we look at it as if it's nothing. We stay and watch as if it is nothing. We are different. But we've been diluted. We are not what we used to be. I'll give you a case in point. We open our mouth and say things that we don't mean, we can't even execute, we can't even carry out. If you touch me now, I'm going to do this, you're not going to do nothing. And to show that we are mentally troubled, we speak with idioms. If you do this, they said that this and this and that is supposed to impart knowledge, is supposed to guide your ways. But we go counter to whatever idiom we are applying. You said you want to be Biafra. You have a leader. He came. He took it upon himself. No, you have people fighting against him. And if what Innocent did today, you watch the inauguration, the luncheon of the armored tanks he gave to the government. He is building it. First of all was the airplane, fighter parts. Now you see the Igbo man. I don't have that full detail. It will come on. Okay, we'll come on and give the details. I know some of you I'm not opportune to see it now I'm broadcasting, but I think some of you must have seen it on Facebook, social media. Common sense. And this is the behavior of all the Biafran rich men, like those appointed, those foreign envoys, those that are this and that. Have you had them open their mouth and talk about their own people? No. Then my question is, what the hell are we fighting for you then? we are fighting to enslave you, you want to be a slave. Okay, let all of us start looking for contract. That land, you don't even have it. They passed their decrees and took the land over. You're simply squatting on Fulani man's land. You're a squatter. You built house in Abuja, they can tear down any day. Any house you build outside your compound is a free gift. You're playing politics. You are playing politics. Your members of reps, they are not talking. The House of Assembly, they are not talking. The judiciary, they are not talking. Now, let me tell you, if you think you're that smart, if you think that you know the law, they know the law more than you. They can apply it whenever they choose. And that will be against you. That law will be against you. You think you know the law. And you know they are using it against you. Where's our leader? He's in custody. Where's Abakari? Fugitive from international law. The Nigerian law is defending him. And let me read it and ask me why they wouldn't defend him. Where is Iboho? In Benin. He even got $20 billion, 20 billion naira. Where is Nnamdi Kanu? In detention. Abakari committed no crime on U.S. soil. Police panel rules against his extradition. In Battle Super Cup, Abakari may not be extradited as it could not be established that he committed a crime on U.S. soil. This is according to a report by a panel set up by the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba Al-Khali, to look into an indictment on Kerry by the Federal Bureau of Investigation over his ties to disgraced fraudster Ramon Lorunwa Abbas, a.k.a. Hush Puppy. Kerry entered hot water after the indictment was made public. He was indicted by a U.S. court for being a conspirator in a $1.1 million fraud set up by Hush Puppy against Qatari businessman. He committed international crime. That you violate international laws. You don't respect international laws. That is an example of how the Fulanese trump on international laws. They are ascending above international laws. In response to the development, the IGP set up a special panel to investigate Kerry. The panel was headed by Joseph Obunike. The panel report submitted on August established that there was no communication between Kerry and Hush Puppy, as well as infractions on the part of the former IRT boss. According to report, the panel didn't recommend the extradition of Kerry as it couldn't be established that the decorated police officer committed any crime in the U.S. You are arresting Yahoo boys that they are carrying out international fraud. Oh well. Crime is crime. You have not answered the question by the American court. And you're saying there's no proof that he committed any crime on the soil of the U.S. to warrant his extradition. Okay, thank you. This guy giving comment say, henceforth, police and EFCC should stop chasing Yahoo boys because they are committing the crime in American soil. See, the law is made for you, not for them, not for the Fulanis. Just as if I knew I read that comment that just popped up. This is the world we live in. You see? I will open the phone line and you call in. I'm sorry for our people. I'm very, very sorry for our people. This is one last chance you have to be free. And if you fail this one, I don't care. I will not give a damn. And then, well, whatever it is, even if it means changing religion, well, we'll do that. Even if it means saying Allah Akbar from morning till night, we will all do that. And if it means changing our names to Ibrahima, we will all do that. Even if it's me going to live in Sambisa Forest, then let's do that. And I'm going to change my children's name to Alhaji. No trace of anything that resembles your race. Since we want to be hopeless and stupid, let us be to the lowest degree. And so be it. Caller, your name, where are you calling from?
Mazi, did they hear me, sir?
I did hear you.
Mazi, I yeah, the last time I was here, the command name. Said that Biafrans all over the world. As Mazi talk, now see, this is the last time where we get to get our land back. Biafrans all over the world. The children all done a lot. This is the last time for the life of the Creator himself to go to Kadama to be restored. Let whether you be father, whether you be bishop, let it be a direct warning to Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba to release our leader. Now, Fulani, after this message, if you don't release our leader, we will shut Abuja. We will burn it down. Fulani can never take one plus from our land. Never told about the one day die Fulani. Okay, who will never banana. Nandeta. Nandeta is talking data. Upper high guy. I have to get the pot. Who look at when the people say to you, then I think it was said in a book. I can to play your destiny. No, you just anywhere. Then I think it was America, America, we get here. Let every nation know. Pretend. What do you pretend to be? Let us see you. Come and check. See, after today's message, let you people be one. Delete our leader now. Yes, right. When I see Jeremiah chapter 18, from verse 1 to end, then I think about them. No, it's not. University under control. All to go to Canada, my child. You don't believe the name of the government and data. Take second one can be chapter 11 from verse 1 to end. Biafra all over the world. The Biafra is Biafra land there. They were nation. They tried to help you share. They tried to take it. They tried to take it. The government here got people. I forgot to make it over there. Make it a penny. Make it a share. You have the ticket to buy like that. Fulani, make it a go study. According to the same Jeremiah chapter 49. Yoruba and Jeremiah chapter 49. I was Jeremiah chapter 49. Fulani, release our leader. Now. Release them now. That's why I get prepared. You can work every. So don't mind. Not against it. You have the ticket to buy like that. I'm over a lie. No second. I'm working 20 cars. I'm from home. I'm connected to no one. And my dad. I'm going to my delay. I'm going to my young man. I'm going to gather. That's the side of the because you don't know that I am a so for the guy was never for the one. What's the gap? Voila. Après, Madame so for like that. Okay, the right of the how to say to Dara, this is the connect. That's the Voila. When I could know that to moon, Madame Copenhagen, so no more Katakita who was Umuana. The child like a princess. Just start to bring a shit. Like a concept bella, who gets up to you, Maranda, you never could look you. Open the two more, open the Tuaka more, open maybe you. Tuaka, I don't have to let the but my
thank you, man. Thank you.
No, now for yeah. No, it's not anywhere. I have that.
Well, that is our history, and that is the way we are. This is how we found ourselves. We are not doing much to improve our situation. Well, the call number is +1 484 767 0848. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Mazi.
Good morning from here.
Okay. My name is Chicken Mazi. I thank you, Mazi. I thank you very much for the way you are putting your topic every day. One thing is this. I don't know what else to say more than what you have said. But let me put it very clear. I'm very, very sorry for Igbo race, especially Igbo One Nigeria. Igbo One Nigeria. O nwere okwu ndị Igbo kwuru sị onye ajọ a na-ajụ onwe ya. This is my first time to see onye ajọ ya were aka ya jụọ onwe ya. Ọ n'ala Igbo ka ọ dị. Kedu ihe onye Igbo na-achọ na Nigeria? Is a question. The first election in Nigeria 1959 goes through Nigeria vote. It shows that Nigeria is not one. I don't have to go to defense. But that first election make it very clear that Nigeria is not one country. The time of Azikiwe and time of Awolowo, the mistake they made is what we are suffering now. But it is left for people who are here now to do the needful, to correct the mistake for unborn generation. But to see what we are seeing today is even worse at the time of Azikiwe and Awolowo in Igbo land. Soludo is making noise that even though Matu vote, they have to appoint whoever they want to appoint as the governor of the Anambra State. That is correct for him. If it happened to Were, Imo State, everybody saw it. That Hope Uzodinma is number 4. Eventually, the Fulani put him on that seat. After 7 months, as a governor in Imo State, the Anambra one, they did the same. But what I'm trying to put very, very clear for anybody who are interested to hear this point now, because all the throughout people are talking since last week is for GOS to make a statement about Anambra election, and the jingle will be playing on Radio Biafra 2-4 against that Anambra election. Let them do what they have been doing. There's no problem. Let us not allow them to have opportunity to do that election. Let us do the one we can do and leave the one for God. I'm sorry for anybody who are up till now dancing for Nigeria. Fulani have taken over Nigeria. There's nothing like Nigeria for any other person except Fulani now, unless we play very well and support this movement. Fulani know how to make to put across divide and rule. That is what is killing Nigeria. And as far as this divide and rule, we allow it to operate, especially in Igbo land, South East and South South. There will be no mercy at the end of the road, because everything about Nigeria is corrupt. The religion is corrupt. The government is corrupt. The traditional ruler is corrupt. Everything about Nigeria is evil, and it will remain so forever. Let me stop here for today. Mazi Alozie, Fiaka Nobi, Obi Siebike, Odi Wute. Thank you very much. Already after.
Thank you, and we'll continue to move on. The call number is +1 484 0848. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Caller, go ahead. Your name, where you calling from. Please turn down your radio. Turn down your radio.
Mazi, from here.
Good morning, welcome. Go ahead. We are listening to you.
Good morning, my veteran, Mazi Alozie. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Good morning good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, depending on your time zone. Mazi Alozim, I want to thank you for your wonderful service for motherland. You have been very, very formidable indeed, and I want to appreciate you for that. And I believe millions of Biafrans all across the world appreciate you for your good work as well. This very morning, it became very, very pertinent to alert Biafrans all over the world on the ongoing event in Ebonyi State being executed on the order of the governor of Ebonyi State, Ebonyi. And based on the intel report we have gotten, it has become paramount that the DOS send this very message across to Biafrans. First and foremost, my name is Mazi. By the grace of Elohim, I serve this very noble family as your South American representative and a member of the DOS. I based here in the land of Brazil. Fellow Biafrans, there is an intel report that have come to our M branch, which we want to make it very, very known to Biafrans all across the world, and specifically to the governor of Ebonyi State, Governor Ebonyi. I believe at night or in the evening broadcast, Mazi Chinasaworu will be on air to lay more emphasis on this very intel. There is an intel report that Governor Umahi is on the plan to execute and murder hundreds of Biafrans, Ipob member in the prison right there in Ebonyi State, with a kangaroo, a well-plotted jailbreak or prison break, as we may say it. He will be the one to plot this very jailbreak and utilizing that very opportunity to massacre hundreds of Ipob members or Biafrans in the prison. And we want to make it known to him that we already got this intel. If anything, I repeat, if anything happens to any Biafran in prison right there in Ebonyi State, we are making it clear to the whole world, to all Eastern politicians, to all Eastern political elites, traditional rulers, they should take this very, very briefing alert serious. If anything happens to any Ipob member in the prison, Governor Umahi should be held responsible. And our warning is this: if Dave Umahi don't stop this very cruel way he is heading into, there will be an unprecedented chaos and anarchy in the entirety of Eastern region, not just in Ebonyi State. We are calling on those who have decided to engage politically for peace to reign, to as well take it as a very critical time to call on the attention of Governor Dave Umahi. We are aware of this plot to kill Biafrans and call it a jailbreak or a prison break. he should take note. You know, we IPOB, as our leader will always say, there is a method to our madness. Now we are here to start, and we are raising this very, very critical warning, so that tomorrow, no one will say they weren't told of what is about to befall. Nothing, absolutely nothing, must happen to those Biafrans, to those IPOB members in the prison. We are also using these very critical moments for them to commence a very, very transparent investigation on the killings of those two Biafrans IPOB members who were killed on Thursday. He is aware of it because at the end of the day, it was his own Ebubago that went and killed those innocent civilians. Let me just mention their names so that he will claim not to be aware, for him not to claim not to be aware. Mazi Chukwu Onyekachi was murdered on Thursday. The news is out there by our family writers press. And the Mazi Igwe Madabuchi, Governor David Umahi, must commence a thorough and transparent investigation on those Ebubago that killed these two IPOB members. There must be an investigation, and it must commence immediately. If not, there will be a huge price to pay for these two innocent civilians whom he have ordered his Ebubago to murder. We will not take it any longer. If he claims to be innocent of this very murdering of our Biafran youth, then he must come clean and bring out those who are behind this killing of these two IPOB members. If not, there will be chaos, unprecedented chaos and anarchy in Ebonyi State that eyes have never seen before, that ears have never heard before. We are calling on the woman to put an end on the killings of our Biafran youth in Ebonyi State, or else there will be no room for any dialogue, any political dialogue whatsoever or wherever. If there must be any dialogue of any kind, then it is time for their woman to begin to engage in a transparent investigation on the killings of our innocent youth, IPOB members, Biafran youth, who have done nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. Ebubago must be put to an end in the entirety of Ebonyi State. Mazi, this is the report we have come to give to Biafrans, and specifically to Governor David Umahi, the governor of Ebonyi State. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, lovers of freedom. We must continue, and we must remain focused. That is the last word of our leader. Even to this day, he has kept on repeating it. Do not be distracted. We are in a critical time. Remain focused, and do not, with any iota of doubt, forget leadership. The governing body of this very noble movement remains the DOS, headed by our head of directorate, Mazi Chika Ejoziem. No one else. Absolutely no one else. Ndewolo Muchireke. Mazi Alonso, thank you for your great work once again. From me, from here, it is say good morning. Ndewo.
Thank you very much. We act civilized. We act in the sense that we don't want to be blackmailed, and they are killing our people, and the stop must be enforced. It has become their tradition, killing IPOB. If you kill a young boy, it's IPOB or ESN. And we continue to let it go. I think this is the time to end it. The call number is +1 484 767 0848. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, a very good evening from Warsaw, Poland. I remember the chronic, and I heard from Omaka in our province of Biafra land. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The members of Shugu Prezu Anya, Onablaga Shugu Prianya. Mazi and every other protocol is duly observed. Yeah, Mazi, let me start from what our brother, our South Africa, American rep said, Mazi Nachi. I'm happy he came online and raised that topic. Mazi, these two people that was killed, I think I sent it to you. But I am very happy the way he has said it. But Mazi Nachi, what is happening in Ebonyi is the worst is even happening in Imo State. And let people remember, let it be on record. Mazi, I've sent you how many prisons they have in the whole of Biafra land, even in Ebonyi. But the chunk of these people Mazi Nachi is talking about, they are in the Afibo prisons, where you have more than 1,000 IPOB members languishing there. I thank God he came online, and my Chinata will be online by 8:30 p.m. via my Jonathan this night for interactive sessions. People will ask questions, and he will be ready to take your question. Mazi, on the same like manner, you can see what is happening. People we fought for, we gave our life for. Mazi, this innocent now, this innocent that brought the Inspector General of Police in the Navy as we speak this morning, he's still there. What is he coming there to do? Because innocent gave federal government of the zoo country new armored car. These are the latest ones, so very large. But innocent forgot by 2017 in his Enugu residence. When they went there, said they slapped the wife, we fought for him. He also forget that we closed our GTB bank because of him. How has Innocent helped us? Does Innocent not see what is happening in Biafra land? When Gumi, Erufai, all of them are sponsoring more than 7 bandits, directly or indirectly, but their own is open. Everybody knows that. The whole world knows that. I don't know, see the abduction that is going in Biafra land. They're killing the men. Now he's giving them this to come and kill us. And channel television is there, authority or whatever they call FM. All of them are there. Mazi, in another 2-3 hours now, the news will be open. I think the whole newspaper will carry it because our intel is everywhere. When we are, they don't know what is happening to them. What is going to happen? The one that is happening in the our own, we don't talk much. In Imo State, that man will be ready to kill us because he said it on video that he wanted to bomb Allah, he wanted to bomb this Akata, Unjaba, and some other place. But that they didn't want the people should vacate their ancestral land because he went toward that ISIS. He wanted to give Uruga. And the source student, that person is talking about his awkward of secondary school. So they want us to relocate in our land. Now, our intel is telling us 101% verified and clarified that this week he's going to, that we have not seen anything. He will use chemical weapon. This week he will kill us en masse. And this man continue to kill us every day by day, despairing our people. Even by 6:30 now, you cannot walk freely on Inolo. Go and see what happened. Go and see what happened in us. What is happening there? He want to penetrate ESN. Even the houses near there, he bought all of them. They bought all of them last week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday. He continued to attack all, and I continued to ask myself, what have we done to this person? That every week he's bombing all, he's trying to penetrate ESN, he's bombing all every day by day, 3 times, 4 times in a week. And they think we are happy. And then also whom we suffered for. Look at him. This is how we compared for Dudokale. He's out. Go and see Lobanta. What is happening now? They kidnapped Abia students 2 days ago. Every time they go and kidnap them. Mazi, this thing is coming too much. And tomorrow somebody will come and tell us election. Obiano went to market and started preaching, and I saw some idiots clapping for that idiot. These are people that are being killed. These are people that are being made every day. They cannot walk freely, and they are clapping election. God will punish all of you. You people are in the Biafra land, though. I don't know what they are. All one can hear. All of you are there. We are speaking every day. Since how many years now? We have headache 24 hours, and people continue to talk. Or they cover man can ekuru. Obi are not that came there. On Amadi Hono game, eh? On Amadi Hono, don't you know what you do? On Amadi Hono mob action, mass mob action. On Amadi Hono game, eh? Tomorrow you run out Obi. If one you take telephone when the market close, start robbing people. And another thing, Mazi, you see all these idiots that we are released during the prison break-in or whatever. These people are terrorizing their own people now. Instead they will repent and join us. Thank Chukwu Okikabiama for bringing them out. What they are doing to terrorize their village, terrorize their town. But I want to all of you will see it. We are coming. No problem. And the devil will continue killing your people. All of you will pay for it. On one hand, all of you will pay for it. If one is voting committee, who will vote that music. I always tell this idiot in Imo State, we know where you marry in the data. I'm Angela and Dika Fire. He said it to the commissioner of police in Imo, and GOC no brings that. That is problem that he shares that we know. Let them take our will to God. Agent, make I go tell him. We know where he married. We know his relations. We know everywhere. We know everything about him. Continue killing your people. I'm getting very pissed off this man. Let our people stay clean. 3 hours now. Chinas will come. Call and ask questions. I remain correct. Thank you. There was
Call your name and where you coming from.
Mazi, good afternoon. Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mazi. Much good blessing, Mazi. Mazi, my brother, I hear this is our brother where he comes from Ebonyi State. Now, my brother, this is talking all the way, my brother. This is talking, all to go too much. I want to put anything, I didn't not to go too much. Can do DSS in the sometimes this of this that my brother, who I like from here, because again, I medical board affairs. Here I say people put away road now. I just deal with my town our people one by one. I just that in my town our people one by one because this is government I when I need my brother. All the things before our leader Kanu. And the men they bury, and they release all Joseph Kanu. Oh, our leader release all Joseph Kanu. Okay, now create that I'm not going to idea. What you can the pro no the when you do kidnap school now the station of Ndo in Maria. All the pro no the Mazi, sometimes I like it for this radio, I don't like it for the radio. Come make it into my book. Oh, yeah, talking about too much. We can't in a way. We can't make to now. I don't want to produce you. Can go ahead to go. On what way to say? On what because this is government. I will give you. Come on. I ain't got no rock. Come and do something in the 1 by 1. Okay, let's see the report on the year, but say, no, you're now. Eh? That's not again a banner here. Sometimes I just know you about too much. I just know you about too much, Mazo. I just know you about too much. nke anyị na-eme anyị na-ewe mgbe ndị ebute ndụ ga-anụrụ anyị ọgụ tomorrow maazị ọmụkwụ ọtụ okwu dị giving but Chukwu God bless everybody.
Okay. Call out your name and where you calling from.
Good morning, Mr. Alozia. Mazi Alozia.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Biafrans all over the world, I greet all of you, and especially the lovers of freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, may God continue to protect you wherever you are and cover you as He covers His chief. All of you that are working every morning, waking up at Jonathan, watching all of you. May the Lord continue to strengthen you people, give you people hearts, good hearts, to continue suffering for we Biafrans, that we don't acknowledge the kind of suffering you people are suffering, or the good work you are doing for us. May the good Lord, Elohim, continue to strengthen you people. In Elohim name I pray. My name is Ijigen Chukwu. I come again for my location. And thank you. The clips you give this morning, please continue to give that clips every day. Let us know whether our people's ear will open. Let us know if God, only Him, will open our people's ear to know that we are hated. We are hated. And if they hate you, if you hate yourself, you are finished. Computer rep came up now and that someone belonging to my devil Mazi. And my brother came up again and they talk about all the good back. I heard the woman say that he said you need physical weapon for his people only, that we have not seen anything. There is no need of standing this is on 1 year. And this is the situation, but the most now. Where are our problems? If you continue finding one, they will continue killing, and you say you will not do anything. No, they say we are noisemakers, we are not Christ, we are noisemakers, and they say, host them. Please, I beg you people, my heart is falling here. Host you people. DOS, I don't know what you are doing. Host these people so that this rubbish will stop. Host these people. There is nothing we will do now that they will release us from being a terrorist. They tag us. Whereas the terrorists, they call them bandits, call them this one kidnappers. So there is something you will do now. It's better. You will go sit down after the way we are war. Come on, we get breathing. Oh, that's a way we are war. I think I need you also. Come on, you make it. I think we do him. You make it. I am going to put one of your good Nicolo. What we are doing now as DOS are doing, or what we are doing as Biafrans, we are not doing it well without hurting these people. Hurt these people. Our armies come out, hurt these people. Our armies come out, let them come out and hurt these people. ESN, come out, hurt these people. So that this rubbish will end. They said they have committee now to make peace. We are trying to dance on their tone to make peace with them because they are killing us. Or to release Nnamdi Kanu. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu first before we stop whatever we are doing. If they don't release him, there is no need of dancing to their tone. You are maybe your children used to advise to wisdom is not by going to school, it is God that gives wisdom. It's God that gives wisdom. Not being educated, it's wisdom. So I pray that this word enter into you people's ear, and you know where our problem lies.
and the day is from there, so that we will actualize our freedom. May Elohim touch you people, give you people wisdom to understand all these things. What I have said now, in the Elohim that I pray. Mazi, thank you very much. Njidem Chukwu has come again. Bye.
Njidem Chukwu, welcome, and well done too. We have to be holding our principles very tight, and that's what guides us. That's what determines what we do and what we're going to do. We cannot continue to look at things and act as if it's not happening. From events, we decide this will be a reaction, and when people continue to kill their own people, I wonder why they do it. And the people they are killing them on their behalf don't even appreciate the killings. They want them to kill more. That means you don't have value. Your life has no value. And your brothers are helping to get rid of you. And we see what is happening around the world. We see it. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I remain Pastor T.C. Nwale. I'm here to do the needful, to pray the Psalms Onyendu gave us to pray. And today I'm going to pray Psalm 113. And I continue from Good News Bible. And it says, praise the Lord, you servant of the Lord. Praise his name. May his name be praised, now and forever. From the east to the west, praise the name of the Lord. The Lord rules over all nations. His glory is above the heavens. There is no one like the Lord, our God. He lives in the height above, but he bent down to see the heavens and the earth. He raises the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from their misery and makes them companions of princes. The princes of his people. He honors the childless wife in her wife in her home. He makes her happy by giving her children. Praise the Lord. So in the name of Uchukwu, I'm praying and asking God to protect Onyendu wherever he is. At the dungeon, God will continue to protect him. The goodness of the Lord endureth forever. We ask God to guide, to send more angels to keep on guiding him, keep on holding him, that nobody will harm him, and he will come back safely. In the name of Chukwuka. I'm also praying and asking God to protect the principal officers of the IPOB, those that are genuinely fighting for this fight, those that are ready to do this needful. I'm praying that Lord goodness will reach them. I'm also praying for those working the media, especially you, Mazi Alosia, that the Lord goodness will touch you and touch your family, including all the IPOB members, those who are genuinely fighting this fight. I'm asking God with his infinite mercy to deal ruthlessly with those who are sabotaging this struggle. For this struggle is for the Lord, it's not for man. I'm also praying and asking God that His goodness will reach to ESN, those who are fighting for this struggle, and the rest of them who has the interest of this fight. And I'm asking God, please, that you should remove Lord goodness from the inside Biafra of those who are sabotaging this struggle, like the governors, the local government chairmen, the commissioners, all these government appointees. God goodness will be removed in them. God, I'm asking, Lord, the Elohim, I'm praying and asking that the Lord goodness will be removed from this, from the Britain, those Britain that making sure that Biafra is not restored. I'm also praying and asking God to remove Lord goodness from them, from inside Biafra, those saboteurs, those that are using social media to confuse people, and they are not with IPOB, they are not with Biafra. They are just trying to put confusion into this. It will not work. We are asking that Lord should remove the confusion some of them are putting, which is not the agenda of the Lord, because the agenda of the Lord is that Biafra must come, and the agenda of the Lord is that this Biafra is restored. And I'm praying, oh Lord, that you remove your Lord goodness to all these people that are causing confusion, all these people that are bringing the saboteurs and those who are not genuinely fighting this fight. Remove your goodness from them from today, that they may know there's God. And finally, oh Lord, I am also praying that you will let your mercy come over into this Biafran land, that many people are being killed, innocent souls, many innocent souls have gone, people that didn't do anything, and the Lord, they are killing them every day by day. Lord, I'm asking, raise your people, the IPOB, the ESN, Father, ginger them, Lord, ginger them, ginger these people, that they may do something before our children we finished in this land. I'm praying the Lord goodness will be unto our children, unto our mothers, unto our fathers, those that are really supporting this struggle. At the end, we shall be happy and, dance for the Lord, for the good things they have done to us. I'm also praying, O Lord, that you will guide and protect all of us, including the Onion number 1 and the DOS and the rest of them. O Lord, do it that your name will be glorified. Remember, O Lord, that your name is on stake. Until this is done, Lord, I'm praying that you will not have rest until that Biafra is actualized. And those ones who are sabotaging us, Lord, put them to shame wherever they are. Put them to shame. Put them to shame. Every day, continue putting them to shame until they realize that what they are doing is wrong. I mean, I'm talking of those that are Biafra, those who doesn't want this Biafra to be actualized. Lord, put them to shame wherever they are. Every day you continue putting them to shame and continue to strengthen us and the people in the media. Give them, encourage them, and give them more knowledge that this true at the end, all of us will rejoice. In the name of Chukwuka Abiyama, I pray. Thank you, Mazi. May God continue to protect and guide you in everything you are doing. In the name of Chukwuka Abiyama, I pray. He said.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. The call number is +1 484 767 0848. Live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA. The Vumahi, we have allowed them to commit all these crimes. We want to be civil. We want to be accommodative. We want to ensure that they understand what they are doing, but evidently they are blanketing everywhere with murder, committing crimes. Why are the Fulanis not killing Hishba? Why is Hishba enforcing their own laws? Amatokun is there, very quiet, doing their own. It is only Biafran governors killing their own people. And you're wondering why the international community will come and help you. They will not help you. Because when you're serious, when you're threatened, you defend yourself. But you remember when the unknown gunmen were all over, they said it's IPOB. And they went as far as accusing IPOB of being the ones carrying out the crimes. And look at the BBC. I will play that tomorrow because it's kind of late to bring that in. The way they see you as a criminal. They leave the actual terrorists. They exclude the actual criminals. And all the terminology they're using is that you're a secessionist. What's wrong with being a secessionist? Did Britain not conduct a referendum to exit from European Union? Did they not? Did their action warrant them being a secessionist, seceding from the European Union? But they maintain the economic, they maintain all the ties. If we say we want Biafra, does it mean we can maintain all the ties with the Arewas or the Middle Belt or the Ududu West? You see how they divide you and then crucify you. We can only talk, we can only exchange words when it concerns our own people versus our own people. I gave you an example of what Zife said. Oh, that sit at home is an enormous problem for our people. What happened when all over Biafra land, when the North was busy trading and buying, bringing in onions and the Fulanis, they locked you in so that you will not see them. They locked you in for 3 or 4 months. Zife, what did you say? One day sit at home, we say is unbearable. But when they locked your people in for 3 months, you did not say anything. It is a disease. It is a disease that afflicts all of us. I can't say it is afflicted. It afflicts all of us. It's still ongoing. We are carrying that gene all around. We can't seem to shake it off. Iboho is free, walking around with 20 billion in his, waiting to be dumped in his bank account. But your own leader, your own brother is behind bars. Who put him there is your own people, the millionaires and the billionaires and the looters and the politicians. IPOB. Have you, let's hypothetically, let's put it this way. Let's say you proscribe IPOB according to you. What reason do you have? None. Oh, because they will get into your political kingdom. Are you enjoying it now? No. Our course is not correct. He is correct. Is our leader not correct? He is correct. Is his predictions not happening? He is happening. Then why must you continue to talk about politics and election, which you know only exists in Biafra land? Outside Biafra land, you are unknown quantity. Outside the Biafra land, you are an unknown quantity. Rather, you will be recognized when you go to Sokoto to take your oath. And then you turn around and start murdering your own people, just like the rest of them are doing. What gets to me is when you have people in diaspora who know better, but they are not imparting that experience to others that are void of this experience. Call out your name and where you're calling from. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Excellency.
Good morning from here.
Yeah, good afternoon here, Mazi. I'm very, very much upset. Seriously. My name is Wanko. I'm calling from Iceland. I'm the national coordinator in Iceland. This is so sad. And what this man, innocent, have joined also the enemy to give them weapons to kill our people. Fellow Biafrans, I greet you. And I want you to be strong, because this battle, we are going to win in the end. These people will never win us. We are going to win them. All those people that call themselves Igbo politicians, I want to pray for them. Our Father, Chukwuokike Abiama, the creator of heaven and earth. All these people, these Igbo politicians, and all their governors, that said our land will not have rest, that is killing our people. Almighty God, from today, let their life be snapping from them. You are the righteous judge. You are our judge. Judge them in righteousness. It is not good for these people to continue doing evil. Our God in heaven, fight them. Plead our cause, O God, with these governors. Heavenly Father, help us. In Chukwuokike's name I pray. Mazi, I'm not happy. I listened to what you played, and I've seen all our leaders have said it before about the Igbos, about we the Igbos, how we are not careful and our land is being taken. But this chance, according to what you say, this is our last chance, and we're going to take it. We're not going to leave it. So we're going to use this, our last chance, to get our freedom. And once again, I want to tell British and Fulani to release our leader. They must release our leader. They have no choice. God Almighty, we pull our leader from their hands. Mazi, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Till I come your way again. And God bless you and your family. In Chukwuokike's name I pray.
And yours too. The call number is +1 484 767 0848. The governors are responsible for the killings of Biafrans. They have never defended Biafrans. They have never stood for Biafrans. All the massacre executed and carried out by the Fulanis, they kept mute. As of today, they are still keeping mute. What then gives them the right to continue attacking IPOB? And the Bubago are not attacking the Fulanis. What's wrong with our people? What's wrong with the Ezes, the Igwes, and the thieves? I don't call them chiefs. They are thieves. How do he? And you kick against our leader. Are you kicking against him that he's not telling you the truth versus the governors? Are you kicking against him that he's fighting for his own interest rather than your own interest? That shows you the climax of our hopelessness and stupidity. That person fighting for you rejected all offers made to him. You said, no, I want my people to be free. And you are fighting him. What will you use to quantify it? What attribute will you have to show that there is nothing wrong with us? It's like you're talking to where are you buying that thing from? The rights, you can't buy it. When they see, they confiscate it. The customs will seize it because it's not from Dangote. Who is Dangote? The Fulani. So they bring you onions. They bring you the cow they use in seasoning your land. You buy it. I need a sizable portion of meat. In Tiaza, Atachafu, where a man is so stomach bloated that is like he's an 8-month pregnant woman, and you're telling him your home is burning. Okay, let's go and play politics. Look at them. These are the young men. These are the young business people that say we want to be free. But they are not. They are not doing what they are supposed to do. Call out your name and where you're calling from. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for the good work you're doing. I want to believe your topic today was where we're going to. I believe where we're coming from, it has been a race that have decided to be stupid and ignorant, and where we are going to. We are going to Biafra land. That's where I know we are going to. And it doesn't matter what innocent and they like does about it, or these people you just finished mentioning their names. Mazi, let me say this, before I give what Elohim gave to me, I want them to issue the same statement they issue about the Ebonyi State also in Olo, because I believe that the Fulani Janja will know that Olo is in what we are doing. Olo he has sacrificed so many, the likes of our DOS and members, and also Mazi and the rest of them. So their race are also being targeted. Let them issue the same statement. And then, as if you remember, in the time past I've spoken about the Omaya, which I don't want to go into it. But if we want our Biafra to come, the issue of the statement, issuing statement, what we are going to do, I have not seen. I think for me, it's okay, but it's not the first time we are hearing that. We heard that so many times before. And then it's time for action. And if they're giving him conditions, saying, if he doesn't do this, this will happen. If you understand who Dave Omai is, he's not going to do any of the things that you are asking him to do. He doesn't listen to anybody. He's the one that says that we need more President Buhari. Is that what? I've said so many things. So there's no need. If there's anything we have to do, don't issue statement to Dave. He doesn't listen to you. He's not a human being. He's not a human. He doesn't have blood in his body. He does not have. He doesn't know what human is all about. He doesn't understand what Biafra is all about. He has nothing to do with issuing a statement. That's why I've said this so many times. And I'm asking you people to, this is who this person is. Having said that, I want to say that Elohim showed me a few days back, I was trying to call you, that I saw many of our people, politicians and the chief committing mass suicide. I'm not sure what happened, but I saw mass suicide going on, people committing suicide on their own. instead of letting their people to kill them because of what they have committed. And most of these people doing this have sacrificed so many things to make sure we are not where we are. But we have come where we are, so there's nothing they can do. So I saw mass suicide. The same way they are killing anyone that talks about Biafra is the same way they kill themselves. I don't know when is that, but that's what Elohim showed. Mazi Ndewo.
Ndewo. We are headed towards the end of the broadcast, and as we might express ourselves, what is your situation? What have you gained? Are you not the same person crying that on your way to the market buying and selling you were kidnapped by the police, by the DSS, by the army? They shot you. Were you not the same person complaining? Did your governor say anything? No. When they extort money from you, mounting checkpoints, degrading you, slapping you in front of your wife and your children, in front of your parents, do you know how damaging that is? Did your governor say anything? No. And you have one man only, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that stood strong and said, you must remove all those checkpoints, and they left. And it is the same people. You are a billionaire, you are a millionaire, you are Igwe. You want to maintain that status quo of Igweism. Where is your politics going to lead you if you're not free? Nowhere. You're done. See what we are going through here. Lies upon lies, political agents trying to infiltrate IPOB. And you wonder what they expect to get. You're not even looking at the issue. You're looking at IPOB. I become restless sometimes. This morning, my switch turned on, and I could curse. When I listened to a BBC correspondent saying things that are very annoying. Secessionist. You did not call secessionist. You did not say what happened to Biafrans in the 60s, in the 50s, 60s, 70s. You did not say what Buhari did to the young Biafrans. You did not make mention of all those people that were killed. All you were interested is secessionist. But lo and behold, the courier, the announcer, is enjoying the freedom of democracy. Ability to be enjoying referendum conducted for his own benefit. But looking at you as a senseless, unworthy individual, not worth receiving freedom. Caller, you're the last caller. Your name and where you calling from?
No, to me, I come late, well, but let her come first. No problem. Mazi, I greet you. Now, someone when I talk, should you hear me because I did road.
I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm ending the broadcast, so hurry up.
Okay, Mazi, I want to say something here, but well, let me say it the way it is, and send the message to every one of you and every one of us, anywhere it affects you. We know why we are here. My name is Simon. I am anyway, only from America. I don't want anybody to take it personal. I'm seeing these things, but why all this is coming out, we know it will come out, but remember why we are here. Please, if you are talking about anybody, be sure of what you are talking about. Our leader, when he came out 2017 at his place, he said one thing he says overcome is the small problem of Igbo man, envy, angry and jealous. Yes, we might have it in us in different way, but do not be a spoiler or bad attacker. If they beat you, you keep the person at the back. That is red card in football. You don't do that. We are here. IPOB, we have everything we need. No one is dragging your post. We are not here to show post. If it is because of post or to get post, I will not be here. I don't even need one even. But I was born to do what I was doing. Please, let's understand this thing. Please, that is going on now. IPOB have put it at home. Officially suspended. Anytime we're gonna put it at home, we'll make it open. Announce it, carry jingle with it. We don't hide what we do. This is at home issue. People are trying to misunderstand the reason why our leader created it for the first place. We don't toy with it. Anytime we say stop, do not confuse our people. There is a structure, command and control. Please, our people, it doesn't matter when it enters to IPOB. It can be here 30 years ago. It can be here 5 years ago. It can come in here today. It is a movement. Only it will never stop. I hear people ranting, talking, they want to hijack IPOB. They want to be leader of IPOB. You don't know what you are doing. There are people you will be their leader. You will die in the next 1 year. Some people don't know the kind of Taliban, the kind of people that in this IPOB. And I have warned every one of you, do not judge IPOB because of the people you are there with. The people you are living with in Spain, or people you are living in Austria, or people you are living in Switzerland, or people you are living together with in Germany, or in Finland, or in America. It doesn't end there. Come on, guys. I don't know. If he come to IPOB, is institution. It depends what he wants. But remember, that thing that brings you up, if you toy with it, it will always bring you down. This is what I want to say to every one of you here. Rumors are going, people are talking. Forget why we are here. Our leader is in prison. We haven't seen him. That's the kind of water. Every one of these is very, very careful. Doesn't matter who you are. I tell me money, BOS, anybody. Why we are here? If we don't get Biafra, we are idiots. For God's sake, our generation is about to exterminate. Every day, bad meeting against us. I know you're not able to see.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Biafra, this is where we'll be ending today's program, and we'll be on again tomorrow. And whatever we do it. Put our mind to it and do it. Be free once and for all. These killings and Islamization and churches and all whatnot, they are not for us. They are not doing us any good. So let's let's